p.m. It is time for Indie 180.
How much time do we have?
180 minutes of rock and metal featuring the Monolithic Music Minute. Interviews with independent bands from all over the world.
My name is Martin Alini from the Flow from Holland.
Hello America, this is Finnish cunts called Discipline X.
G'day, this is Matt Seberg and you're listening to the official FN Radio. So much better other FN radio stations.
And Knobs News Corner, brought to you in part by Below Page.
Don't let another blissful moment go to waste. Taste the magic of Low Page.
And Cold Cock Whiskey. Take your shot. Hosted by Joe Stagger, Brian Almeida from The Shape, and of course, me, Bob, on the motherfucking knob. The clock is ticking, and the show is about to begin. Yeehaw, motherfuckers. Yee motherfucking ha. It's Tuesday night, June the 2nd. It's Indie 180 time. It's Tuesday. So it's Tuesday 8 p.m. So it's time for Indie 180. And of course, I've got on the line with me my good dear friend, co-host extraordinaire, Mr. Brian Almeida from The Shape.
Hello, Mr. Knob. How are you, mother?
What up, buddy?
Just running in from work.
Word. Joe may or may not be with us this evening. I'm leaning more to the may not.
It's a mystery, though.
It is a mystery. The dude was in Maryland earlier.
Yep.
And so I guess, like for work. And he's like, this is like 4 o'clock. He's like, I'm leaving now. I may not make it back in time. I said, dude, whatever. It is what it is. If you can make
it for the news, Joe.
If you can make it, make it. If you can't, you can't. It's no biggie. No worries. No worries, man. Shit happens. Life gets in the way. We've talked about this. We've discussed this. Tonight, man, I'm pretty excited. We've got Fragile Fucking Existence from Canada.
Canada, oh brave Canada.
Toronto, to be exact, so we can blame Canada tonight for our guest. So I'm going to have Dan and one of the other members. The hell was the other dude's name? Oh, Jesus. Dan Glover and Matt, who I don't know his last name, are going to be on around 9 p.m. And they're going to be doing it via the Skype, dude. So it's going to sound crystal clear.
That's awesome.
Yeah, man. Tonight we've got some crazy...
show.
What's that?
It's a sexy show tonight.
Yeah, sexy show tonight. Speaking of sexy shows, last week we gave you the choices. Throbbing Citizens, Loaded Creamer, Female Fire. I only leave those up for like a week, because nobody really cares. But the winner for May was Throbbing Citizens, and I agree with that one.
I completely agree. I voted for Throbbing Citizens.
As did I.
Loaded Cream was close. It's fucking great. Throbbing Citizens, there's just something about it.
Just definitely something about it. Tonight, we should spin the wheel. I guess I'll spin the wheel because you spun the wheel last week.
No, Joe did, but I spun the week before. Now it's your turn.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to spin this here wheel. That's the wrong wheel.
Pussiest spin of the wheel.
That is the wrong... I don't even know why that wheel still exists. I don't even know why that wheel's still there.
I was gonna say, it just sounded like you tapped it with your finger and it went 6 notches.
Alright, this is the right wheel. Tonight, we're Afro Tush.
That's great.
Yeah. We got Afro Tush, baby.
I'm just looking at the docket here, and you got 3 band names to make.
You gotta turn your volume up. I can hardly hear you.
My hand was over my face.
Let me see if I can. Maybe it's on my settings.
My mic jack.
Let me go to options here and see. Audio settings. Yeah, mic speakers. Here, let me turn that way up. Talk now. Well, that was loud. Just talk like normal person.
Okay, what's up?
Yeah, it's still really fucking low on my end. You should go into options and turn up your microphone a bit. Because it's low.
All right, man. We'll run down the show for a minute while I do that.
All right, I'm going to pull this down a little bit. Make it a little easier to hear. Discipline X in the background. Every week, I use the Discipline X bed in the background because I love those guys. They're from Finland. Great thrash band from Finland. They actually, support OFNR pretty heavily out there. And, got to give them love and respect, man. Talked to those guys many moons ago now. Many, many moons. But, nonetheless, spoke to them. Show always brought to you by Blow Paste. Because, unlike most lubricants that have preservatives and aspartame, Blow Paste is a simple way to keep your mouth clean and fresh while doing the deed. You can also use Blow Paste for massage, lip gloss, and of course, hand jobs. That's right, hand jobs. Blow Paste is good for any cavity. Substitute your toothbrush with a dick. Blow job a day with Blow Paste. Also brought to you in part by Cold Cock Whiskey, made with aged American bourbon and herbs like green tea, hibiscus, eucalyptus, ginger, ginkgo, and many motherfucking more. Smooth taste, no whiskey burn. Take your shot, coldcockwhiskey.com.
All right, my shit is all the way up.
Oh, man, is that so much better. Holy hell. Wow, I can actually hear you now.
Awesome.
All right, coming up, we've got this Saturday. I'll be down at the Cherry Street Station for the 666 Showdown with Geyer or Jyer or Geyer. Yeah, I think it's Geyer. I always say it wrong because I'm that guy. And a bunch of other bands. Those guys are from Jersey, and then there's some other Connecticut bands going to be on that show. It's going to be a good fucking show.
I know it's not Gear.
It's not Gear. I think it's Geyer.
Like Pyre, Geyer. That makes sense.
Yeah. Other bands on the bill. Here, let me run through this real quick. Geyer, Map the Mind, Rise and Resist, Sleepless Empire, and Gorgonite Scum.
That sounds... Rise and Resist, for one, if you haven't heard those guys are fucking awesome.
Yeah, they're really good. I can't wait to fucking check them out.
They're pro as fuck.
Nice. It's kind of sad to see so few people going then.
I mean, I would be there, but I'm finishing up this little mini tour thing.
Oh, yeah, right. That's right. How's it going, by the way?
It's going all right. We had some unfortunate circumstances that we will be talking about in about a week or so when we feel like we can and it's the right time. But aside from that, pretty good.
Right on.
The shows are going well.
Kick ass. Next Tuesday, the 9th, legendary New York band Coratory.
Yes.
Guys have been around a decade. And if you guys didn't hear, because some of you probably don't listen to the Keith show on Wednesday night. Last week I gave the entire lineup 5 bands of fucking effing fest. So here's the list. In the Red.
Titties.
Eye with an Eye.
Titties.
Stagger.
Super titties.
Motherfucking Coratory from motherfucking New York.
Ultra titties.
And Everybody Motherfucking Hates Me. Who's putting out a CD, by the way? We'll get to that in a little while.
Oh, is that like their release, too?
No. They're putting out a CD on the 24th of June.
Oh, kick ass.
I cannot fucking wait for that. I got to get the actual date. Metal Fortress is broadcasting that night, so that means I get to go to that show and not work.
Badass.
Awesome.
I will say this, one note on Coratory. I just thought you might find this cool. We were out in, I think it was Freddy's out in Bristol, PA, like 2 weeks ago, and somebody actually came up to me and was like, "Oh, "Oh, you're the guy that does the radio show with the band, right?" I'm like, "Yeah, I am." And they're like, "Oh, you guys know Corator? You should get them for an interview." I was like, "In fact, we actually have them for an interview in a few weeks." So that was pretty cool, man.
Yeah, that's
people
pretty
out in
fucking
PA,
awesome.
yeah, dude. People out in PA know Corator really well, and they were really psyched. And B, gave them all the info for the show, so they should be tuning into that, which was really cool to see fans that dug what we were doing and came up and just randomly were talking about Corator.
Nice.
And, 3 states away.
Yeah, dude, it's totally badass, and I'm so fucking stoked to have them for FNFest 9 because it's a 5-band bill, and it's like I really wanted to have 3 states represented. I really like to do that. And I already had Jersey and Connecticut. I really wanted to get a really good New York band. And at first it was going to be Revel 9, and then they couldn't. And it was going to be this band, and they couldn't. And it was going to be that band, and then Darren came through in the clutch on Wednesday and was like, dude, I talked to the guys. We're in for FNFest. I was like, balls deep. Aw, yeah.
There's a lot of bands. 2 particular bands I'd love to get on here if we can arrange a date. Just I don't like discussing. Me and you usually talk about this off air, but Carnivore, I've been wanting to get those guys on here for an interview because they got a lot of cool shit going on.
I think it would be a no problem situation. I just sent them over their fucking entire set from Friday night.
Rad.
And they were just all about. They're like, dude, that is totally rad of you to do that. Even like to even record it and like then give it to us for nothing is totally cool. And it's like, yeah, but that's what I do.
And you had mentioned badass New York bands. Lee from Lightsbane showed me a band that we were all supposed to play a show together, and it just got snowed out in one of those huge snowstorms in February at Cook's. And they weren't able to make it with us, but a band called Rise to Burn. Holy fuck, those guys are awesome.
Nice.
I believe they're out from New York too, so just a little tip if anybody's listening, check those guys out.
Fuck yeah. All right, so moving on. Saturday, June the 13th, of course, it's Bacon Fest. And we'll be live broadcasting. I'm pretty much going to be hanging out like all day. I really got nothing else going on. And I'd hardly ever get to go to shows. So it's kind of like I can get to go to like a good show that's going to be packed to the brim with people and have a really awesome time.
Yes.
So, and have bacon. There's going to be so
I'm still trying to figure out because I would like to do at least a good portion of that with you.
Yeah, definitely.
When we're playing, and but trying to figure out, okay, are we inside, we outside with recording? Do you know the deal?
I'm inside recording. I don't think there's anyone outside recording.
I think Metal Syndicast is.
I think they may be doing like correspondence stuff. I don't think that I don't think they're broadcasting the show.
Okay.
But if you listen to this past Metal Syndicast that they just put up, the special edition, it really came out really remarkable. It was really, really well put together. And Martin, really great job, dude. You're welcome for the tunes. I'm glad that they enhanced the full effect. Really came together nicely. I love working with the fucking Syndicate, dude. They're just great dudes that just really know what the fuck's going on. No egos involved at all, man. Not even a little. It's beautiful. Anyway, Tuesday the 16th, Mike DeLucia from Falling Further, Connecticut band. We'll be talking to them. Tuesday the 23rd, it's Lip Shock from California.
A lot of people are waiting for that one, man. I've heard that pop. I've heard and seen that pop up quite a bit.
And then the 30th is Conscious Cadaver. And they're a newer band here on OFNR that we picked up recently. Metal band, of course. I don't know exactly where the fuck they're from. Let me see if it's on there. Oh, they're from Maine. That's right. They're from fucking Maine. So we'll be talking to those guys at the end of the month. We've got openings in July. So July is wide the fuck open. I kind of want to do at least one, maybe more than one, like acoustic thing. I think that would be really fucking cool.
It would be really fun.
I think that would be a lot of fun. And we could totally do it out in the garage because it's like summertime,
Yeah.
Last couple days it kind of sucked, but...
Yeah, that was a weird turnaround, too. It went from, like, ball sweat hot to, like, what the fuck?
Yeah, man. Right? All right, so anyway, so that's that. those are all the events. If you missed any of them, oh wait, I still got August 23rd is Slothfest. We're live broadcasting. We're the official fucking new radio station of that. And then Saturday, October the 3rd, of course, is FM Fest, and I listed off the bands earlier. It's only a 5-band bill, and it's only $5. And you get bands from 3 fucking states. So there.
All of whom are badass bands.
All of whom are badass bands. You know what I mean? Like, and like In the Red was kind enough to like man up and take the first spot. You know, because that's always a quote unquote shitty spot. It's only 5 bands. We're starting at like 8:30, man. There is no shitty spot. You know what I mean?
And you could always come up and drink with our dumbasses at the booth.
Yeah, exactly. And then of course, everybody hates me's got to go on at the end, even though Jeff was sort of upset by that, dude. They're just a great ender band because you're a motherfucker and I hate you. I don't want to piss on your grave. It's just a great way to end the night. And last year I made Stagger fucking close, and that's just not right.
Rotate.
Gotta rotate a little bit. Sorry.
I had a question for you on the band names thing that you didn't catch because of the microphone.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm seeing 3 here. Did we not have a 4th for like 1 week or something?
Yeah, we did not because we had the
the
live
country
broad.
tap.
Yeah, we had the live broadcast.
Yeah.
But tonight we were what? I forget. Something Afro anus or something. Afro tush. That's it.
Yeah.
Afro tush.
I was gonna say Afro turf, and I'm like, wait, no.
No. Now tonight we're Afro tush.
Is that like a bushy ass?
I guess.
I'm down with that.
You're down with that. Well then, yeah. All right. So if the chick bends over and she looked like she got fucking this big old fucking bush coming out her butthole, man, you're all right with that.
Hey man, jungle prime. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
That was not a racist comment.
I don't give a flying fuck, man. This is OFNR. This is Fish Fucking Radio. If you're offended, you really oughtn't be listening at all. Ever. Because, yeah. Even, like, during the music, it's like, even, you know, like when it's just regular rotation, man, all the breakers are, you know, foul and not right. And, you know, we don't censor any of the tunes. It is what it is, man. Tonight we Afro Tush, motherfucker.
Afro Tush.
Yep.
That was one of those, like, right off the rip, didn't have to respin. That's just, yep, that's great.
Yeah, Afro Tush, I'll take it. I got that tush. Tonight we got to do we got to run through the fucking bizarre holidays, dude.
Fuck yes. I love this.
We should do this now, and then we'll take a quick music break. Or should we take a music break and then do this?
No, we can do the Urban Dictionary and the holidays and take a music break. I'm good to, you know, I'm vibing right now. I think we got a good flow going.
All right, good. Let's do the Urban Dictionary word of the day. Might as well do that. And hit the random button a couple times here. I actually probably should just spin a wheel but it doesn't really matter. Oh, this is great. Holy Christ. And you know, Urban Dictionary word of the day, I guess it's not the appropriate, it's kind of the term of the day.
Yeah.
More like, erect as a 5 a.m. penis. Describing something that's really straight or stiff, or something standing that way. Tennis instructor. Evan, you want to bend your knees at that shot, but I'm not getting down low enough. Low enough? You're not even erect as a 5 a.m. penis. So there you go. That's your Urban Dictionary term of the week.
I have no input for that.
You have no input for a 5 a.m. penis?
I'm usually I'm coming back from a show and it's dead limp, or I'm fast asleep and it's dead limp.
Man who go to bed with boner, wake up with kickstand or something like that, right?
That sounds like an Indian, like an old school Native American man. Men who go to bed with boner wake up with kickstand.
It's Confucius. Confucius say man who stand on toilet is high on pot.
Do we ever do that? I'm looking at this page for the bizarre holidays in June. Do we ever list what the months are actually in there? Because there's like a little section here.
Oh no, I don't think we do.
There are some really strange ones here.
So I mean, we might as well. There's no real reason why we shouldn't.
You want me to kick it off?
Yeah, sure. Go through the month and then we'll We'll do
All right, so bizarre holidays of June. First of all, for the month, it is Aquarium Month.
right.
It is Candy Month,
Candy.
Dairy Month, which in the heat of summer is
Got milk?
Fight the Filthy Fly Month. I don't really know what that is.
No.
On a serious note, Gay Pride Month,
Right.
National Accordion Awareness Month. Like you're aware that it's there, I guess, and it exists. National Adopt a Cat Month, which is another serious one. Do that. There's a lot of cats that get put down, unfortunately, due to being too many caged up. So go get one. National Fresh Fruit and Vegetables Month. Be healthy. Rose Month for all you ladies, and Turkey Lovers Month, which makes no sense. I feel like that should be in November.
Yeah.
As far as weekly events go, week 1 of June is official fishing week. So for all you dudes that like to cast your lure out, wink, wink, you should go do that. And week 2 is email week, which for everybody in the technological world is technically 52 weeks a year.
There you go. All right, so now let's go through the days of June. June the 1st was Dare Day and Flip a Coin Day. I dare you to flip a coin. Today is National Bubba Day. It's also National Rocky Road Day. I love me some motherfucking Rocky Road.
So with Bubba and Rocky Road Day, there's a ton of dudes in the South running around right now. Like, it's my day today.
National Bubba Day honors anyone named Bubba. To qualify to be honored, your name must formally or informally be Bubba.
Shout out to Bubba Ray Dudley.
That's right. Bubba Ray. Yes, it is Bubba Day. Bubba Ray, Bubba Day. And National Rocky Road Day. I said that already. And 3 is Repeat Day. I said Repeat Day. I said Repeat Day. Today should have been Repeat Day, because it could have been 2 for Tuesday, Repeat Day. Would have been
You could
great.
also put echoes on things.
Yeah. For tomorrow, dude. Oh, tomorrow's Repeat Day, dude. Oh, I'm gonna fuck with Keith Bad tomorrow. Holy shit! I must write myself a note. Tomorrow's Repeat Day. I'm gonna totally fuck with him. Oh.
Say everything twice and not acknowledge it.
Oh, it's gonna be great. Okay, the 4th is Applesauce Cake Day.
Kind of sounds banging.
It really does. Hug your cat day. Jinx will hug, but Lady not so much. And 4 is Old Maid's Day.
Cool. The 5th, National Donut Day.
I love donuts.
There's a pertinent note here that says it is always the first Friday in June. It's also World Environment Day, so go out and hug a tree and
while eating your donut.
While eating a donut, plant some shit, get some solar panels, and plug and all that.
If it was a World Environment Everywhere Day, it would be weed.
Oh man. 6th, National Gardening Exercise Day. Get out and exercise with your plants. I guess you can talk to them. National Trails Day. It's the first Saturday in June. National Yo-Yo Day. So do some tricks and kids don't leave them on the steps and kill your parents. 7, National Chocolate Ice Cream Day. That's a good one. 8, Best Friends Day. Aww, besties.
Shout outs to your besties.
Yeah. 8, Name Your Poison Day. So all you suiciders out there, if you're picking some arsenic, you might want to, choose between. And the 9th is Donald Duck Day.
That's right.
I cannot even do that voice. That was good.
The 10th is Iced Tea Day. The 11th is National Corn on the Cob Day. And in the summertime, corn on the cob, nothing better. The 12th is Red Rose Day. 13th, Sewing Machine Day. I actually busted out my mom's sewing machine today because I'm working on. I've got so many goddamn band shirts, dude.
Yeah,
I just a shit ton. So what I'm doing is I'm making a fucking band shirt quilt.
That's awesome.
And so when it's done, I'll have a band shirt quilt, all the cool logos and shit in a quilt form.
Will you bring that quilt to broadcasted shows and hang it up behind?
Oh, what a fucking good idea, bro.
Yeah, right?
That is a banging idea, bro. And then I can be like, listen, you want one? I'll fucking make you one for this much money.
Then if you did a second one, you could then stitch the second one to the first one.
And just start making a huge ass banner, man, forever. Yeah, holy shit. Get me your t-shirts and I'll fucking do it. Anyway, I think we did Donald Duck, I did Iced Tea, Nut Corn on the Cob. We're down to Sewing Machine Day because we got stuck on the sewing machine.
Yeah.
14th is Flag Day.
That's a real holiday.
Salute your flag. 15th is Smile Power Day. I have no idea.
Wait, hold on. I gotta read that. It was Smile Power Day.
And the 16th is Fresh Veggies Day, and we'll stop there while we sidebar.
Smile Power Day is today. Feel the power. Give everyone you see a big friendly I like you smile. You never know. Your warm smile just might turn someone's day right around for the good, and love may make the world go round. That's another hippie holiday. Cool. All right. 16th, Fresh Veggies Day. Make sure you like Arnold and you eat your vegetables.
Eat your veggies.
This is incredibly confusing. To be decided, I guess it's a new one coming in, Nursing Assistance Day for the first day of National Nursing Assistance Week. So all you good nurses out there that stitch all dumb band members up that break our heads over bottles and moshing and all the things like that, thanks to you. 17, Eat Your Vegetable Days. Lots of fucking vegetables in June.
Well, it is summer.
True. 18, Go Fishing Day. It's also International Panic Day for all you anxious people on Xanax, Zoloft, etc. International Picnic Day, so go have a fucking picnic, bang a chick on the lawn. National Splurge Day, oh yeah! So if you want to spend some money, that's the day to do it. 18th is also Ramadan, which isn't really strange so much as a actual religious holiday. 19th is World Sauntering Day, which means if you got it, you flaunt it, and you saunter around like you got it, like nobody's business. And the 20th is both Ice Cream Soda Day, National Hollerin' Contest Day, which is always the third Saturday in June, and World Jugglers Day for all you people who want to waste your time. That is the Saturday closest to June 17th.
Nice. So, moving on from that, the 21st, of course, is Father's Day. So, call up your dad, tell him you love him, tell him you miss him, you know, maybe buy him something nice, get him out of the house, wait for mom for a little while, take him out somewhere, you know.
Get him away from mom. That's the biggest gift you could probably give him, depending on how old he is.
You know, just get him out of the house.
Go golfing, go see a man movie.
Yeah, there you go.
Some shit that blows up.
The 21st is Go Skate Day. So if you're a skater, go skate, motherfucker. It's also finally Summer Day. Fucking A, right. Finally motherfucking summer. The summer solstice starts on June 21st. 22nd is National Chocolate Eclair Day. 23rd, National Calmness Day.
Is that like when news writers just rejoice that they have jobs?
I guess. The 23rd is also National Pink Day. 24th is Swim a Lap. And the 25th, Log Cabin Day, and also Catfish Day.
Like catfish as in sucker a dude to come over, or like the actual fish?
Like, I think the actual fish.
All right. Good to clear it up. 26th is Beautician's Day for all you lovely ladies, making other lovely ladies look lovely. 26th is Forgiveness Day. Say sorry to somebody. It's also Take Your Dog to Work Day, the Friday after Father's Day. Fuck yeah, that's a good one. Sunglasses Day is on the 27th. National Insurance Awareness Day. Sidebar is now, who do you think invented that? Probably insurance companies.
Probably.
28th, Paul Bunyan Day.
Quick sidebar here. The 28th is also my wedding anniversary.
Oh, shit, man.
Yeah,
well,
man.
happy early wedding anniversary to you. The 29th is Camera Day, so take pictures of your junk or tits or whatever cool things you find. It's also a hug holiday, so all you guys are free to run out there and hug any woman that you see, and you probably won't get arrested. It's Waffle Iron Day, and the 30th, to cap it off, is Meteor Day, so hopefully you can get your telescope out at night and see some cool shit.
There you go. And there you go. There's the bizarre holidays of motherfucking June. If you want more, go to holidayinsights.com. That's where we get all these crazy fucking holidays. We do them once a month, right around the beginning of the month. This way you can mark your calendars. And if we went too fast, well, you can go to the website. Of course, you could also go to OFNRforever.com because each and every week we always put up our program of exactly what the fuck we talked about. There's no secrets, no surprises. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you mean, man.
You know what I mean, man? All right, so we should play some tunes, take a quick little music break. At around 9 o'clock, we've got Fragile Existence calling in.
We got a few cool articles here that we will expound upon with our expert knowledge when we come back.
And talk about and discuss some interesting things this week. Oh,
Yes.
there's been so much stuff going on in the music industry, you know, that it's
Dude, that and also even in we don't really touch on sports too much, but there's that whole thing with FIFA and guy's. Ooh, that thing is getting ugly.
Yeah, it's all fucked up there. And I don't know. I need to go and download while we're doing this. I need to go and download the brand new Fear Nuttin' fucking single. I need to go do that like right now. Shit. We've got Conscious Cadaver coming up in a couple weeks, and I know a lot of you guys don't know those dudes, so maybe I should play some of that.
Such a great name.
And let's see. What else?
Got a lot of news.
Yeah, I do got a bit of news tonight. I wasn't sure how much I was going to need, so I got a little bit more than I needed. It's all good. We'll get through it all.
I might find that FIFA thing to throw in with douchebag of the week, because there was some douchey, ultra douchey shit.
Word.
If I can find it.
All right. You got any requests? Anything you'd like to hear? Did you do it?
I haven't heard Conscious Cadaver, so that'd be pretty cool.
All right, we're going to play that. Did you do anything over the weekend, by the way?
Yeah, we had shows and we played with DRI. That was cool.
Oh, yeah, it was the DRI show. How was that?
Dude, it was fucking insane. Craziness, and great show, great turnout, man.
Kick ass, yeah.
Just rolling along in Kinetic, dude. It was great to see a lot of guys and bands at that show. Just coming out to support the local bands and checking out, us. She Walks Without Legs. It was awesome hanging out with them after the interview. Run amok, a bunch of young. I didn't realize how young those kids are, man. Those kids are got to be 15, 16. They kicked ass as an opener. Cyperna was fucking destructive. It was great.
Yeah, always are.
Yeah, then She Walks. We went up there, did our thing. That was fun. Dead by Wednesday was great. And DRI was awesome. They did 90 minutes and did an encore. Blistering stuff.
Nice. Very cool. Sounds like a good time.
Yeah, we partied till 2 o'clock, man. We got kicked out.
Nice. Yeah, we hung out Friday night, of course, down at Cook's for the Death from Above Fest, because everything's a fest this year in Connecticut.
It's the summer thing, I'm telling you, man. You don't see many fests in the wintertime. You see them usually in the summer.
Anyhow, they didn't call it a fest. I did. It was a joke. So it's Dead by Wednesday, and to start off, it was Maddening Process. Kick ass. Always good to see those guys. Always good to see those guys rip it up and, just kind of hang. Mm-hmm. Then it was fucking Framework from New Jersey, and those guys were awesome. They were fucking kick ass, man. Really good shit. Then Eyes, and they sucked because they're Eyes. And then fucking Carnivora, and they were fucking awesome as fuck.
Right, dude? Those guys
dude.
are nuts.
And then it was Kali Ma. Mm-hmm. And dude, with Ross, dude, that shit is fucking awesome, dude. I mean, look, I'm not a huge Kali Ma fan necessarily. I love the dudes in Kali Ma, the people in the band. I missed having the vocalist.
Yeah.
They're great musicians. It's just, it gets lost on me. I'm simple. I'm a simple-minded man. I like fucking lyrics, because I can't go and request dude, play. And I know some of their tunes, like Chasing the Tails of Dogma or whatever is on a lot of comps and shit. So I kind of know that tune.
Yep.
But I don't know, dude. They were awesome. Don't get me wrong, dude. Of course, watching Sean drum is he's in Cyperna as well. It's just, he is fucking good, dude. And he beats those drums like they owe him money.
He's the nicest dude in the world, too, man.
Oh, yeah. Abso-fucking-lutely, dude. Real quiet, nice guy. I wouldn't want to get on his bad side because he could probably kill me with his pinky. He'd be like, poink, and I'd be dead. He's a pretty big man, muscular-wise. Very jacked dude. Very physically fit. I would not even blink to think.
It's not even the power with him that gets me when I watch him. It's just the precision of everything and how spot on and clean.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
All the hits are. It's just, he's a pleasure to watch, man.
Now, unfortunately, my fucking computer was be in all kinds of. I brought my old computer and not my new one, which is my mistake to begin with. And for some fucking reason, with the Kalima set, it would not like continue to record. Every couple minutes, it like shut off.
Was it overloaded?
You know, it might have been. I'm thinking maybe the RAM.
Yeah.
You know, like in those audio programs, it like eats that shit like it's butter, you know?
Yeah, like if you ever open up like Pro Tools and shit like that, a lot of times, even if you have a few programs open, it'll just out of nowhere in the blink of an eye just shut you down.
Yeah, so for some odd reason, I don't have Kalima set. I do, however, have everybody else's.
For listening, you were asking if I had any requests. Do you have any like singular song cuts that came from the show?
Unfortunately, I do not. The guys over the Syndicate were smart enough to do that shit, but I only have the full sets. I didn't cut them up.
Cool.
So maybe after the show,
Put the whole show up?
put the show up and let y'all listen to it again if you missed it.
That'd be sick.
You know, just in case. Boo. Okay, so I'll play some tunes. I got some stuff picked out. And,
Be back in what?
I don't know, about 10,
Cool. Gonna go have Sig.
15, maybe.
Red.
Soon, because we've got, about 10. We'll be back. Don't go anywhere. It's official fucking new radio. Here's some Conscious Cadaver from Maine.
You're not the same.
In the past, you may have tried other alcoholic beverages, but you've never tried one so smooth. Introducing Cosby.
All right.
That's right, Cosby. It's gonna fuck you up.
Yeah.
You take a couple shots of Cosby, and you'll be out for the count. Guaranteed. Cosby, never going to a liquor store near you, and may be registered on some list.
Is it all right to laugh?
Yeah, man. Cosby, get yourself some of that shit. Just played you some Black Dawn with Reflect. Buzzard Canyon before that with Wyoming. That's a rough mix. And then Conscious Cadaver before that from Maine with It's the Drugs. We've got those guys calling in at the end of the month, so keep it locked for that. Brian, have you returned? Are you there? We may have lost Brian. He may not be there. I just downloaded Fear Nuttin' Band's brand new single, Jaw First. We're going to be playing that tonight. Guarantee you that. Because, yeah, buddy. You know I love me some fucking Fear Nuttin' Band. For sure. OFNR is official Fear Nuttin' Radio. Have been for quite some time now. But you can go get it too for free. Go do it. Do it now. Because those guys are awesome. They're an excellent band. You should definitely check them out. While we wait for Brian, it is 8:56 here. We got just a couple minutes until Fragile Existence joins our group on the Skype line. And they're from Canada, so we're going to be talking with them about Canada, Toronto, the scene, their band, of course. So, it should be a really fucking cool interview. I'm excited because I've never really had a chance to... I mean, we've talked to Snake Eyes 7 before. They weren't from, I don't think, Toronto, though. And Canada's a large place, you know. It's not like, oh, well, you go to here and you just... That's Canada. It's like, no. You know what I mean? It's like, it's fucking huge. Lots of different little provinces and shit. So, we'll find out all about that. Still not sure where Brian's at. Brian, where are you, Brian? Oh well. Moving on. Alright, so we've been talking about the music industry last few weeks, and I wanted to touch on this right quick before the interview. It seems that there is one particular problem that the music industry is facing, which is actually a good problem. Finding enough craftsmen to make vinyl, to keep up with the demand for vinyl. Biggest issue is a retro feel, the inability to produce enough. Harvey Goldsmith, the music promoter who worked with everyone from Zeppelin to Van Morrison to Madonna and Elton John, said music makers were desperately seeking craftsmen who know how to make vinyl to keep up with demand. He said factories are spinning up at a rate of knots to meet a newfound revival of the genre, with bands desperate to bring out their albums to meet trends. Sales of vinyl has actually gone 100-fold in the last 2 years, and in fact, the biggest problem we've got is we can't find factories. They're opening them up as fast as they can. If you want to produce vinyl version of whatever you're bringing out today, you're literally in queue for 4 to 6 months before you can get a factory to get them made, which is fucking insane. 2014 says that the vinyl sales soared past the 1 million mark for the first time in 18 fucking years. So that's changing. It goes round in a circle. The kids know about Hendrix. They want to know about the Doors, learn about their heritage, and this is a great way to do it. No up-and-coming new artists ready to carry the legacy laid out by the likes of Rolling Stones, Pink Floyd, and The Who. Instead, they're plying their trades in pubs and dingy clubs. The difficulty is creating the next generation of artists is taking a period of time. We're not at that period of time. That's what this article says. By Hannah Fearness. There's Brian. Hi, Brian.
Hello.
Welcome back.
I was in the bathroom setting.
In the shitter.
In the shitter.
So I'm just covering this story about vinyl. It's kind of interesting, actually, to see such an increase for the love of the medium, you know?
No, that's cool. I still think that, man, it's, like they say, man, things go in 20-year cycles.
We have Dan Glover from Fragile Existence on the line.
Hey, buddy, how's it going?
Good. How's it going with you?
Not bad, man. Just hanging out here, playing some guitar.
Fantastic. Well, look, I got Brian Almeida is my co-host. He's also on Skype.
Yo.
Nice. What's going on, buddy?
Nothing, just sucking the day's dick.
Nice. Well, nice, I guess. I don't know.
Depending on who you ask.
Yeah, not my choice of things to do in my spare time, but not knocking it either, you know.
Anyhow, of course, you're in Fragile Existence. You guys are from Toronto. We came across your music
Yes,
a couple weeks ago, maybe a month or so, and I definitely immediately digging the stuff. How long has Fragile Existence been around? How long have you guys been a band?
I think, it's been maybe 4 or 5 years now. Like, I left Nephilium, and that was my old band. And, it was just me by myself for a while, so I don't know, when do you consider it like a band,
Right.
But we had an old lineup, different drummer, and we pretty much made the first album just, like that, no bass player or anything. And then he left, and, maybe a year ago, Morton came into the picture, and he's from Ex-Morton, fucking awesome drummer, so,
And
it's been good.
And it was born.
Yes.
Absolutely cool.
But, so this is the second lineup
okay.
so far.
In the 4 years, I mean, that's not too shabby, I mean.
No.
But, so explain to us, because, I mean, here, we're in the States, of course, and we're, not to say we're ignorant of what's happening up there, but we're sort of ignorant of what's happening up there. What's the scene like there in Toronto?
I'm sort of ignorant of down there, too. Scene's changed a little bit, but, it's pretty much the same. I'm really not sure, like Montreal is supposedly the Canadian place to be for death metal. I actually haven't been, so I can't really compare it, but, death metal kind of comes and goes, but there's a, small hardcore scene here that's pretty nuts, so it's decent. You guys? Yeah,
I mean, we here in Connecticut, it's crazy, man. There's so many goddamn good bands, and it's like a small scene that's constantly overlooked because we're right between Boston and New York. So we're kind of right in the middle of that, and nobody like looks at Connecticut and goes, yeah, there's amazing bands here. But in the indie scene, man, there's some fucking really talented people in this goddamn state.
Yeah.
It's pretty wild.
See, I don't really think we're a death metal kind of fucking town, to be perfectly honest. Like, we have a lot of black metal, like power metal and stuff going on. Pretty much the death metal that's happening in Toronto is, it would be playing with us at our CD release and stuff like that. So it's not, there's a big metal scene, but, it's not like when I used to go out to Cambridge and everything, that was like everybody loved death metal. It was nuts.
Right.
So
now, if you could particularly go out on tour with anyone dead or alive, if you can take Fragile Existence and go out on tour with any band,
dead
or alive, who do you go out on tour with?
Pantera.
Nice.
I think I'd start drinking again,
just to go out, yeah. Because otherwise, yeah.
I used to. Well, I just kind of stopped because stomach issues and stuff. Heartburn's a bitch, so I got to take a break. But yeah, Pantera, and I'd start drinking Jack Daniels again.
Right. Just because you'd have to be able to hang with Dime.
You have to, man.
Yeah, because otherwise it's like, man, you're just gonna get fucked with the whole time.
Yeah, no, I'm fucking. I'd join the party.
Absolutely.
Lots of weed, lots of beers. That's the kind of tour I'm.
Yeah, right. But it's and the world has changed. It's just not like that anymore.
Yeah, no, totally. At this point, my friend, I just want to get going on tour with anybody.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
Seriously.
Get out there.
So
we spent the last year really working on the record, so we're looking to get busy.
Do you guys have are there still record stores and stuff there in Toronto? Or because they're real hard to find here. You got to know where to go.
Yeah, what we got going down here, like the HMV that was close to me actually just closed. and maybe like 6 months ago. And there's like the main one downtown, and it's still open and everything. We have kind of an indie place called Sonic Boom. They're pretty awesome. They're actually my preferred place to go. And they also have like their own shop that's just records as well, nice. Sonic Boom. So that's they have two outlets there.
That's awesome.
But yeah, no, it's closing down. And you know what? I'm almost finding that I'm not buying CDs as much as I used to, because half the time, most of the shit I want to listen to is on YouTube and everything. And that sounds horrible. Like, I still buy CDs, but I'll be sitting in my living room and think like, fuck, I want to listen to an old Ozzy CD or something, or I want to listen to Slayer. You could just type in whatever fucking album you want, and it's pretty much there. It's almost too easy, you know what I mean? Yeah,
it is way too easy. And actually, I was reading this article just recently, where artists were saying, even if we tell Spotify to stop, and they do, there's always YouTube. It's crazy. Yeah. Like, and someone else, I think it was Adam Lopez from East Management, was saying, or New Age Management was saying, that more and more people are turning to, YouTube, and less to, the radio, or even, their friends. They're just going on and fucking, you can spend hours. Yeah. And YouTube just.
Oh, dude, it's taken over my music, really, to be honest. It's sad, but at the same time, I'm checking out lots of music that, might not have heard or whatever. Yeah. Especially with the older stuff. Like, I'm not going to go out and buy, like, I'll be like, oh, man, I want to check out, like, an Eagles record or something, you know what I mean? Like, fuck, it's going to be there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
But I listen to death metal, and I like classic rock and all kinds of other shit, too, right? So
sure.
It's maybe not, like, a band I would want to support, because they're probably rich as fuck anyway.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, it's weird. And we just printed our new CD, and I was, at what point are we going to even stop doing that?
Yeah.
What band, like, our band's going to just stop selling the physical copy? Like, personally, I like, owning something and being able to look at something and have the art and everything, but.
Yeah, and it's funny because we've actually had this conversation. I actually wrote up a whole little like blog article about it too, because we've asked a lot of our guests over the last few months all about just what you were talking about, whether digital or tangible. And I think if you're in the independent world, more than likely you're going to find that the people want it. They want a copy of it, because that's true support. These are people, at least, that are in like bands and stuff that we've talked to.
Sure.
All kind of agree that, like, yeah, I want, and I'm not in a band or nothing, but yeah, I want a fucking copy. I want something that's mine. I want to be able to. It's part ownership of the fucking band almost. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, I'm really into these guys so much that I actually have something of theirs.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
You want the whole package?
I just remember, like, when I used to, like, buy a record when I was in my teens or whatever, like, you'd think about it all week and it'd be like, you're so excited. And now it's like, okay, I'll just wait 2 days. It'll be on YouTube. And,
Right.
There's a certain ownership you feel when you go out to the store, especially on the day a record you're excited for comes out. You grab it. You can read the lyrics, look at the artwork.
Well, dude.
See you worked on it.
I mean, I know it's a shitty example. A lot of people piss all over Metallica, but if you look back, like, in the 80s and 90s, dude, there used to be lines of people outside the fucking record store the night before the goddamn CD came out.
Yeah.
Like they do for
you know what?
Like
I don't really remember that, but that's because I'm younger. I'm like 28, but that would be.
Yeah, look
awesome.
it up. There's
like
videos. Yeah, there's videos of it, of people like waiting for the Black Album. You know what I mean? Like in line, like around the corner. Just the whole fucking store is just waiting. It's like crazy. Now we're all standing in line for a goddamn iPhone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which has all our music on it, by the way. Which is up in the cloud, because
Yep.
It's just nuts, man. But you can't,
it's hard to think of, like, okay, how are we going to make this, accessible? We should do, like, digipacks, make it, like a cool package, get the artwork. It's really making artists work, too, which is good, but.
Yeah. Well, that's the other thing, like, the lost guys that also lose out when you go digital, like Storm Thurston, the guy who did the fucking Pink Floyd covers, man, he made a whole career of making album covers. You go digital, I mean, yeah, you still get an album cover, but it's like a fucking JPEG on a screen. It doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, that's kind of shitty, eh?
You know, I mean, it's like
No.
I can't take my digital download and have it signed by the fucking band.
No, there's definitely that.
You know what I mean? Like that, and that's a whole different thing. But anyhow, I mean, so now back to Fragile Existence. Any like classical training of any sorts, or is it just sort of a wanted to play one day?
For myself, I was totally into skateboarding and like BMXing and all that shit when I was a teenager.
Yeah, who wasn't?
Had no interest in music, and it was you had to kind of pick an instrument to play for the school band, and I'm like, well, fuck, I want to play guitar. At least that's kind of cool. And they said, well, you can't do that, but you can play bass guitar. I'm like, okay, I can, maybe fucking hook that up. So I did that, and still really had no interest in, like I liked a few bands. I listened to like Korn and Limp Bizkit, which is pretty, nothing I'd be putting on now, but I was a kid, right?
Right.
And then I was the only guy that played bass, and these other guys wanted to start a band, so they kind of, I can't even tell you the name of that band, but played with them, and I was like, fuck, this is really fun. And then decided to pick up guitar, and then took lessons for, I think 4 years I took lessons, and then pretty much after that, just self-taught. So
yeah, well, at that point, you have the extreme basics.
Yeah, you got the basics,
and then you can go from there, sure.
As far as Eric is concerned, I think he took lessons as well for a while.
Oh,
and
wow.
Couldn't tell you about my drummer Morton, and Matt kind of have no idea either. But
all right, well,
everybody can play.
Clearly. And how does that work? I mean, do you guys, as far as you were saying, for a while there was just you. I mean, do you come up with the most of the song now that you have this team of people, or is it more?
Yeah, I started this band like just because I was writing all kinds of stuff anyway. So I thought, fuck, I have all this music,
right?
And I always wanted to be in a band, so I thought this will be like my own project because Nephilium, who I used to play with, it was I wrote maybe, I don't know, I'm not going to get down into breakdowns, but I wrote like music for them as well. But this time I kind of had free control over everything I wanted to do, right? And I was just kind of thinking, okay, I'm going to design this band how I want it. But first disc I wrote pretty much everything. Eric has riffs in it, but he was pretty new to the band, so. This last record, Eric's got 3 or 4 songs, and I wrote the rest of the material and did all the lyrics.
Nice.
So,
right on. So it's really now of course now you're starting to collaborate more because you've worked together more now over the years.
Yeah, like Matt joined the band, and half the record was already written anyway.
Yeah,
so
right.
I'm sure the next one will have more of him and more of
Sure.
As we're going along, it's kind of working itself into a band.
Yeah, it's an evolution. It's something that is evolving from lots of hard work. And some people don't really understand that, especially like the layman's who are not necessarily musicians. You might see a band that's awesome, kick ass, but it took them fucking a long time to get to that point. Even the most even the most gifted.
It's like any. Yeah, you got to put in time, but. You'll look at any of the most gifted bands. It's not work for them. They just want to fucking play.
Well, that's
like I just like playing guitar all the time. You know what I mean? It's not like fuck, I got to practice. You know what I mean?
No.
Actually, that's not.
No, I understand.
You know what I mean?
Totally understand what you're saying. It's just it is hard work, even though it's fun. It is something still that like, lest you forget. I mean, if you just stop playing at all, if you stop fiddling around on your guitars, if you stop writing, it's done. You know what I mean? It does take effort. It's not like it's,
Oh, no, it's totally. And playing in a band, and if you want to be successful, that's a completely different game as well than just like the music aspect. There's like, the organization, and it's kind of like having a second job.
Most definitely. All right, so let's do this. We'll take a quick little music break. I want to play a track from you guys so that we can talk a little bit more about the writing process and how it goes, recording and all that, and everybody should keep it locked here. It's about a 3-minute song, so don't go anywhere. We're Fish Fucking Radio. We're live with Fragile Existence. Dan Glover, hang on to your seats, because this one's going to be awesome.
Now
Well, that fucking kicked ass.
Glad you like it. That's off the first album there.
Hey, man, Ritual of Blood and Consumption off the 2012 album. Yeah, man, some pretty fucking brutal shit. And, of course, I know you guys got newer stuff.
Yep.
But, yeah, man, it's just fucking awesome.
That one's supposed to be, like, straight to the throat. Just a quick one, no guitar solos, die. Yeah.
And so, like, where does the inspiration for the lyrics and stuff come from? I mean, does it depend?
Totally depends. That one, I live in Kensington Market in Toronto, and it's an interesting kind of like an artsy sort of neighborhood. Also has a lot of fucked up people on drugs. And the Ritual of Blood and Consumption is kind of like the idea of this. You see a lot of crazy people. So the idea, it's a fictitious story about a guy who gets hopped up on meth, who's schizophrenic, and talks to God and thinks it's his personal mission to rid the world of hookers and, you know, that sort of thing. So it's, and it was just, you know, you see crazy people talking to themselves and stuff, and, you know, it's usually with the religious people, you know, the other way around. So I thought I'd make the killer using, you know, God and stuff and not being evil.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah, crazy kind of fucking fictitious possible story. Kind of was thinking, you know, the whole Cannibal Corpse thing, and let's make this like straight to the throat sort of thing. That's what that song's about. It's pretty generic for death metal, but, you know, that's it.
Yeah, but that's all right. I mean, dude, you know, it's not about, you know, it's what really, the whole package, you know what I mean? The whole thing together, it's more than, it moves the whole fucking soul. You know, this shit is fucking brutal.
I definitely tried a lot harder on this one, like the new album, to sing about, you know, things I've seen. I was watching Vice TV a lot and all that sort of thing. And just kind of get out there.
And Cataclysms and Beginnings, right, is the name of the new one?
Yes, indeed. And that's, I don't know, means a lot of things in a different ways for me, but I don't know.
Cool.
Definitely has, you know, a little bit more politics involved and everything, and it's kind of all over the place. A little history involved. So
teaching some people some shit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Nice.
Yeah, that's kind of like the Nile influence on that one song, Upon Serpents They Pray. And we got, what else? Malignant Design, the first track that's about U.S. government and how the monetary system, I think, is a little fucked up. Cataclysms and Beginnings is about the human race and how I think we are a civilization with amnesia. Limitless Genocide, that's about Oppenheimer and Project Paperclip, and how they actually brought Nazi scientists to the U.S. to work on, you know, our rocket program and all that sort of thing. Four Walls of Emptiness, that was about a little stay in prison I had in Belize. Fucked up story, but ended up throwing a bottle in crazy extortion, so spent a night in Four Walls of Emptiness, so I wrote that while I was there.
Nice.
Not a fun visit, but got a fucking good song out of it, so. And got Accommodating Demise. It's about the kind of premonition of where our society's going. Yeah, a lot of crazy shit, man.
Well, yeah, and you know what, though? It reflects, art reflects life. There's a lot of crazy shit going on in the world. You know?
Oh, totally.
And it's just fucked up. I mean, everything is all fucked up. I mean, the earth is all fucked up, and it's just a mess.
We're fucking it up.
Well, and that's the problem.
We're kind of locked in a situation where it's like either we abolish the monetary system and, you know, or get rid of our greedy ways, or continue and we're gonna fuck ourselves. But I don't know.
That's a topic.
What can you do, right?
Yeah, right.
You know, like I'm not gonna sell my car and become a fucking hippie. You know, I got bills to pay.
Right. Although, you know, it's not a bad way of thinking, you know. And the problem is, you know, here I am, a 36-year-old individual, and I keep saying to myself, there's got to be a better way to live. There's got to be a better way, and there's just not.
Just got to say fuck it and, you know, get off the grid, I guess. But
yeah,
I don't know. I don't do it yet.
And even that, though, is like got its fucking downfalls too, because then you're really fucked if you fuck up, you know.
Oh, it's really fucked. Yeah.
Where we live, it's completely illegal to be off the grid, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, in Connecticut, it's against the law to be off the grid.
Yeah, you guys are crazy. I don't know what they do in Canada. Like, I would go, if I was going to live off the grid, I'd go, like, live in the forest, you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly right. And around here, I guess you can't do that. I don't know. I have to look into that, Brian. I don't know if that's necessarily true.
I've never looked into that myself.
For my job, I know it's true. Very much true.
Crazy. That's some, like, Alex Jones shit for you right there.
Like, how the fuck are they going to know you're living off the grid? You're off the fucking grid.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what I mean? Like,
I guess it'd be like, okay, you have your own solar panels and shit, and you're living on crown land. And
see, that's the thing. I'm actually, I work for an energy efficiency company in Connecticut with solar panels. You still have to be connected to the grid and pay a $16 fee.
yeah, right. And you're actually
you learn something every day.
you're actually generating power back to the company. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Nice.
Pretty well. So now here's a good one for you. If Brian and I here gave you an MP3 player for a month, and you gave it back to us, you can't delete anything. What kind of guilty pleasures might we find on there? I mean, are you
Guilty pleasure. Okay, here's one that everyone makes fun of me for. I like Slipknot. I'm a death metal fan, but I listen to all kinds of music. But Slipknot's kind of what got me into heavy music when I was like a little kid. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
It's like that Wait and Bleed shit. I was like, holy fuck, what is that?
Yeah.
And then read an interview and they're all talking about Slayer and Morbid Angel. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna check that shit out. And I'm like, wow.
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely.
So
Dude,
that's kind of like a nostalgia band. I listen to a lot of classic rock. Nobody probably make fun of me for that. I'm trying to think what else I really like that.
We're gonna find any pop? No Taylor Swift? None of that.
No, none of that shit, dude. A lot of blues, none of that shit. A little bit of blues on there. There'll be some probably a bit of prog,
Right.
just guitar stuff.
Yeah,
A lot of death metal, lots of thrash, lots of classic. I don't know. Fuck.
Got some 90s alternative on there.
No, I'm not really big into that shit, man. Not really.
Yeah, man. Always into the metal. I dig it. That's cool.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, like,
I mean, there's classic rock isn't really.
Yeah. I love that shit. So I'm all over the place. As long as there's good guitar playing, I'm happy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And that's what you're looking for, you know.
Or good musicianship in general. You know what I mean? I don't really like electronic music.
Yeah,
not a big fan of rap or hip hop.
There's no fucking musicianship in the
Pop can
electronic
suck
shit.
my balls.
Nice.
I like Hank 3. That's maybe a little different.
So now, will Toronto take back Justin Bieber? Can you guys please get him out of our country? We don't want him here.
Fuck. I don't want him either. Little shithead, eh?
We'll just fucking deport him, and then at the wall he'll have a little accident there.
I hope he does some bad coke.
One can only hope.
One can only hope. No, I don't know. It's not my kind of music. But
it's just it's craziness. I mean, here in the States we've got these idols of people that do nothing, and I don't understand it. I'm really quite confused by the whole thing.
I was watching some stuff on Vice, and it was I guess what's their they have a music channel. I'm having a brain fart here. Anyway, they're talking about trap music and everything, and I watched like a behind the scenes in Atlanta. And just like them going in the studio just blew my fucking mind. It's like, really? That's your song? Like, you're just going to sing Versace? And, like, that's it? And people buy it, and you've got millions of hits? And I laugh about it at work with my buddies and stuff. I'm like, fuck, if I, like, I should just make, like, fart songs. And I'd get, like, a gazillion fucking hits, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
But you try to do something serious, nobody gives a fuck.
Well, absolutely. And that's the crazy thing, and even South Park themselves have, like, parodied this to hell and gone. And that's just it. You could potentially make fart music and people would fucking buy it. And it would be in droves because it's just silly and novelty. And I don't understand the whole Versace. I cannot fucking get into that shit. I can't.
Doesn't that fucking song get like stuck in your head though? It is catchy. Yeah. I gotta give it to them.
Well, yeah, it's catchy, but it's also because it's fucking written like a kindergartner's song. My fucking I've got young kids at home, and their songs have more fucking depth than some of these fucking songs. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's really backwards.
It's like, whoa, man. And the saddest part is who are going to be their music idols? You know, who are.
But you know what? It's just humanity. You can't have faith in it. Like,
No,
fuck.
well, no.
Like, you know what I mean? There's people in this world that still believe the world's flat. So that to me blows my fucking mind. But
Well, man, we do stories each and every week, news stories around the 10 o'clock hour, man. And some of the people and some of the things that they do, it literally blow. Like, I just don't understand how they ever got to that point in their life where they're just so fucking out of their mind. Like, whoa, man.
Yeah.
It's like, so...
Hey, and I'm not saying I'm not out of my mind. I'm sure I do things that people are like, "What the fuck?"
Oh, no doubt. But I mean, there's a line, and I think I live within that line for the most part.
Yeah,
For the most part.
yeah, I do.
For the most part.
In
I'm not
human
killing
liver
anybody.
case, But
not-
other than that,
I'm not killing anybody. Let's put it that way.
no, fuck that.
It's all crazy. It's just nuts. But anyhow, I mean, we talk about the music and we talk about the industry and streaming. Any thoughts on like Spotify and the amount or not amount of money that? I mean, how does it work in Canada? Because in US it's different. As far as royalty.
You know what?
rates
I'm
and
really
stuff.
not too familiar with Spotify. What's the deal with that?
Well,
Like,
so-
you're gonna have to forgive me, but I've heard of it, but I've never actually used it or anything.
So it's just another service, streaming service, like a radio type of service.
Is it like a Bandcamp kind of thing, or?
It's like a subscription service. So it's like radio, but not. Basically, you put in music that you like, and it gives you like radio stations that play stuff like it. It's pretty interesting.
Oh, okay. Okay, I've used Songza. Kind of sounds like the same idea.
Yeah, same kind of principle. But anyway,
I like it, man. Anything that allows people to listen to music is good in my mind. I mean, I'd like to see the artist getting, a little bit more cash for what they do, and it's a job and it's art, and you shouldn't be funding it yourself, but allows people to listen to music more. I like it.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. And the thing is, you can't fight it. We talked with Jason from Ikilia in New York. He said it perfectly. You can't fight it. It's unfightable. Streaming is here. It is not the future. It is
like
now.
our album, the new album, is up on YouTube. Go nuts, guys! Like someone else is gonna fucking put it there, and we were talking about it in the band, and I was kind of saying, okay, let's not do that right off the bat. Sell some more CDs and that sort of thing. But you know what? I'd rather more people listen to the album, and hopefully people want to have a physical copy and will go ahead and buy it, or actually download the MP3 so they can have it on their iPods or whatever. But you know what? Fuck it. It's out there. Go nuts.
Go nuts. Go get it. I mean, yeah, you're right. And it's going to be out there one way or another.
And we'd rather, it come from us and have a good quality, upload there and everything. So
Sure. Absolutely. And I think that was what kind of started this whole thing back in the day, was the whole idea was like, oh, well, we don't want people to upload music before it's done. Then it's really fucked, And it's so strange that, and I'm much older. When I was younger, music was a commodity. It was something that we cared about, something that we gave a shit, and like people would go out on new release day and actually went to the store and actually gave a fuck and like bought shit and it then talked about it with their friends. It was like, dude, I just bought the new fucking Anthrax record. It's so good.
yeah, and you had to work to buy that shit. I mean, I'm 28. I'm not as old as you. But I remember mowing lawns and shit to buy records,
Right?
And you were excited about it, and you're thinking about like that song while you're mowing the lawn and thinking like, fuck, I gotta get that.
Like I need it. Yeah, I need to have it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, like an itch.
Yeah, and the thing is now it's weird. Music consumption is up, but last year was the first year I've heard that there was only one platinum record. Like that's so strange to me.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just nuts. I mean, there were years that was like every month there were fucking multiple platinum records, like.
Yeah, the world is moving quickly.
And the problem
and
is
technology is speeding it up hugely.
And that's the problem. I was just gonna get to that. Yeah, that's the problem. The technology is really the music industry now. It's this one and the same. And because technology,
I'm waiting when like robots are gonna start playing death metal because it'll be fucking crazy fast.
Look it up on YouTube. I guarantee you'll find robots playing death metal.
I bet you it's there.
I would almost fucking dude. I found accordion death metal the other day.
Nice.
I was totally stoked. I was like, I bet you that's not a real thing. And sure enough, boom, video of fucking accordion death metal.
You know what I need to check on YouTube? I was in the shower and I'm like, someone needs to do like a death metal Queen song.
Oh,
That
right.
would be fucking badass.
That would be pretty
like,
fucking
I want to
cool.
ride my bicycle or something. I bet you if Fragile just did that, we'd have like 80,000 fucking hits on YouTube.
Yeah, man. You should totally do that shit. That's
We
awesome.
won't do that, but, that's the same kind of shit that will, hey, that's retarded. Let's check it out. And, someone kicks me in the nuts, and
Right?
we'll sell a record.
Seriously. So awesome. Brian, you have questions, bro?
How in Canada is it, man? In terms of like scenes, and how often do you get down to the U.S. or have you to play shows?
This band, actually, I've never played a show in the States, to be honest. We'd like to with this band. Our lineup's kicking ass and everything. We're playing Toronto. We're just trying to get out further and further away, doing weekend gigs. How's gigs here? Kind of hard to compare because I haven't played down there. So,
Yeah, in terms of like what's the scene like? How are people at the shows and stuff? Do you play a lot of mixed band shows, stuff like that?
in terms of death metal, like the local scene is. I used to go a lot more out when I was younger. I'd go to like every show, and it would be like some shitty band that could barely play Iron Maiden covers.
Yeah.
Scene's different now. There was that whole thing with the swoopy haircuts versus death metal back in the day. I remember that going down. There's a lot of black metal people up here that are, they got their own thing going. And, yeah. I don't know. I hear Montreal is really the way to go for Toronto, or for Canada, sorry.
Cool.
But what about down there?
Down here it's pretty rad, man. Like, we have a lot. We're lucky enough, at least in the past, like a year or two especially, to have like a ton of great metal bands down here. But, you play with a mixed variety of bands. You have bills that are like, death metal bands. We'll play with a thrash band. We'll play with a groove metal band. We'll play with a really great hard rock or prog band. And, everybody... Yeah, I know those. It's awesome. It's awesome, man. I love down here. That's why I asked you, because your stuff is rad, and obviously I promote and do shows down here. I'd love to get you guys down if you were ever intending on doing so.
Down. I'm down. Where are you at again?
Down in Connecticut. You're up. Where are you based exactly in Canada?
Toronto.
You're down in Toronto. Probably like Toronto.
Bust out your map, bro.
Yep.
I think it's like
I can't. I'm on my phone talking to you.
Yeah, right.
I've
But,
been to
we definitely like to be getting down there, so we got to stay in touch.
it's like it's
Give
between
me my email or something later.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
Yeah, dude.
That would be badass.
We will
yeah.
talk, my friend.
Oh, yeah, that would be pretty fucking badass.
Non-band question. We were talking about love and loving. You seem like the music loving type in terms of mowing lawns to when you were a kid to pick up records. What are like 5 records that like molded your fucking musical senses, man?
Okay. Number one that comes to mind for me for like my playing that you're gonna hear, Morbid Angel, Domination. That record fucking blew my fucking mind, and it still today is one of my favorite death metal records. Really liking the newer Cannibal Corpse stuff. Pat O'Brien's a sick guitar player.
Yes, it is.
Huge. I'm trying to think, like 5 records. Okay, so we got Morbid Angel down. Slayer, I'm gonna say South of Heaven. Awesome record. All Slayer records are awesome, but I don't know. I just picked that one today because that's what I'm feeling. Pink Floyd, Wish You Were Here. Love that shit.
That is my favorite Floyd record too, man.
Yeah, it's good. What else, man? So many fucking bands. I'm gonna say today the new Aborted, just because I listened to it and it was kick ass. It's not my top 5 forever, but it was a really good album, so worth mentioning.
Like fucking machines, man.
Yeah, maybe something from Ozzy. Diary of a Madman, awesome record. Maybe some Testament in there. I don't know, man. Fuck, it's like picking children.
Yeah, it totally.
Fucking
Is.
Sophie's Choice over here.
Last Taylor Swift album. No.
Well, yeah, who didn't buy that one?
I actually just saw like a video of hers the other day because it's just on YouTube at work, and my buddy's like, "Holy fuck, that came up today in like a gazillion million views." I'm like, "Who the fuck is that?" And he looked at me like I was retarded, and I was like, "Man, I don't know who Taylor Swift is. Like, who's that?
Yeah.
I don't know.
And
Very funny.
and the thing is, you're technically not missing anything either. It's it's just really poppy bubblegum kind of bullshit.
It's like Britney Spears all done again. Same shit.
Yeah, same kind of
Spit
thing,
anything.
different kind of thing, but same kind of thing. And it's just like, I don't know. She's talented. She can sing her own shit. I mean, but goddamn,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know why people flock to that shit. Just so simple,
Oh well.
And that's why. And that's exactly.
No, your mom probably doesn't know why you listen to death metal. So to each his own.
But there's simple, and then there's like mindless.
True.
Yeah.
And some of that stuff, and not necessarily even Taylor, but some of that stuff, pop wise,
Look at, like if you're going back, where you were talking about Pink Floyd and like all the classic rock bands. You look at the Beatles; they had some weird shit, but they had some simple shit that was just really well written. And then you hear songs like "It's all about that bass, that bass, that bass." You're like,
Yo, we should write a fucking hip hop album like right now in 5 minutes. I bet you, if I start beatboxing, we could just fucking do it. I'm kidding. But like honestly, like you could.
You gotta
you got a beat. You could say anything. Like this shit is bananas. Millions of dollars done.
And then like you gotta
I farted out a pineapple. Sold.
You gotta make sure you like shout out all your friends at the very beginning of the song, so you only have like 2 seconds of actual lyrics.
All the verse is going to be rapping, and I'm just going to sing. I'll be the guy that sings the chorus. It'll be good.
And I'll be like, shout outs to my boys, this, that, and the other thing, and homeboy, and this, that, and homeboy.
Yo, pour one for my dead homie.
Yeah, exactly. He's going on and on and on about all the people that. It's like, dude, just get to the goddamn song already. Fuck.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Oh.
Man. Exactly. That's why I don't listen to it. Some of that old school stuff, maybe. But some of this newer stuff, it's like, good lord. And then
It's also, the technology with recording, too. Like,
oh, sure.
back in the day, you had to sing whatever you're singing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's another thing that pisses me off. I've been in the studio when things were, not in this band, but in other studio situations, or just been around and, people were cheating, and I'm like, fuck that. Everything that's on our record, played, laid down,
Now, do you guys record that stuff?
What's that?
Do you guys record that stuff live, or like in your own studio, or do you go somewhere and do that, or?
Matt is actually a sound engineer, so we are 100% do-it-yourself.
Nice.
What we did was laid out click tracks and everything for the songs, and we went into his apartment and did scratch tracks there. Both me and Eric use rack mount guitar gear, so just pretty much plugged that into Pro Tools and got the scratch tracks done. Then we went to a place called Annette Studios. Not a big studio. It's actually located underneath a yoga studio, and it's just a basement with really good, soundproofing, all that. We brought our own gear there. Did the drums. Once the drums were kind of compiled, we went back to Matt's apartment studio because we can't really do loud stuff there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's more or less got like a mixing room kind of thing.
Right.
So tracked all the guitars there, and then from there we and bass of course was tracked there as well. Then we went and did reamping on some of the stuff back to Net Studios, and reamping is a process where you take that same signal, put it out through live amplifier and everything, got some different tones. Then we did all the vocals actually at my apartment, so we kind of moved around a little bit.
Cool.
Yeah, it worked out good.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Actually, there's behind the scenes YouTube videos for all that, if anybody's interested in checking that out.
Once again, hanging out on YouTube.
There you go. It's supposed to be.
It's the place. It's where all the cool kids are going, man.
All the cool kids do the YouTubes and stuff.
And things.
Yes.
Back in my day, we didn't have the YouTubes. The only tubes we had were the ones you put in amplifiers. We walked up both hills with our hands because feet weren't even invented yet.
We had none of that.
But anyhow, man, yeah, no, I don't want to take up much more of your time. I think it's awesome that what you guys are doing. I actually, while we were speaking, I downloaded the album, of course, off the Bandcamp, paid the $10 and got myself a copy.
Oh shit! Thanks, buddy.
Because everyone else should go and do that too.
Thank you guys.
Go and do that. Because that's
help pay all the costs.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's just it, and that's the thing. You know, people need to understand it actually costs money to do this kind of stuff.
Oh fuck yes, it's the one nice thing about being independent. So we get to have the say of everything that we do, but it does cost us. We got to pay for the printing and all that sort of thing. So
oh yeah, absolutely. The printing, the recording, the fucking the whole nine. Everything comes back to you guys. There's no huge record label that's like, oh yeah, here's $1 million. You go do whatever you want with it. It's, no. That actually came out of my paycheck, buddy.
Yep. We are open for offers, but
Yeah, exactly. Seriously. But everybody should go check that out on Bandcamp. Go get it. It's only $10 for fuck's sake.
That's it.
It's not going to cost you fucking too much. Let's play a quick.
And the artwork looks pretty awesome on it. I'm looking at the print right now, and it's fucking sick.
Let's take a quick. We'll do a track here. One of the shorter ones because you do have some epic 7-minute jammers on these things.
Yeah.
But is there a track that you could recommend from the newer album that you'd like me to spin?
Let's do Malignant Design.
All right, I can do that. And before we do all of that, you got to give me like an artist ID, tell me your name, tell me that you're from Fragile Existence, and tell these fine folks that they're listening to official fucking new radio.
Okay, sounds good. This is Dan Glover of Fragile Existence, and you're listening to Official Radio.
Perfect. No problem. All right, so check it out, guys. We're going to play some Fragile Existence. Dan, hey, thank you so much. Brian, you got any other questions?
Nah, man, keep on rocking. Shit sounded badass, dude.
Yeah, it's fucking awesome, and
Awesome, man.
definitely
So glad you guys are digging it.
keep in touch, and when ready, we'll see what we can't do, Brian, to help these guys get down to this way.
Yeah, man, I'd love that.
That would be awesome.
All the help we can get.
Hell yeah.
we love to fucking play, though, man.
Hell yeah, man. Thank you so much.
Keep in contact. Hit me up, dude.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers.
So there you go. Dan Glover from fucking Fragile Existence, Toronto. Go check him out on Facebook right now. I just went and bought the fucking record, and I don't even have a fucking job. Now, what's your excuse? Go get the fucking record. Here's Fragile Existence with Malignant Design. Brian, we'll be back in about 15.
All right, and I'll be back on time.
For the Monolithic and the news, and we still got one more article if we can get to it. But we'll see.
Got time for Paco, maybe?
Yeah, we got time for Paco. He's always around.
Paco.
So here's some Fragile Existence. We'll be back in just a little while. Don't go anywhere. It's Fish fucking New Radio, Indie 180.
How often do you think about the air you breathe? Oxygen, gas of life, or secret military death vapor? Tonight.
What you are, just a lover, so yourself in a while.
Friday, Saturday,
and Sunday.
Around the world.
All independent music.
For your listening ears.
Worldwide.
You know, you have my email address, so drop me a line and then I'll have yours. And we'll take it from there.
That's right. All independent weekend, all weekend long, every weekend, all weekend. Right here on OFNR. Just played you some Mechanical Process with Lions Attack. Before that, Carnivora with Human Decimator. Just fucking saw those guys live Friday night. They were fucking awesome, man. So good. And then before that, Fragile Existence, brand new Fragile Existence with a Malignant Design. And that's right. As we were talking to Dan Glover, I actually went and purchased the record for $10.
Fuck yeah.
Because that is what we do.
Supporting them bands.
That is what we do. I could have just been like, Dan, can you send us the copy? He would have. But that's just not how it works. It's It's like Friday night, dude. I got the Cooks a little early, and I paid the fucking $7 cover. And Pat came over, and he was like, I got a wristband for you. I was like, dude, I got a stamp. I paid. He's like, well, here, have a wristband anyway. I want you to feel special. It's all right.
That authority.
It's all right. I'll take the goddamn wristband, but I'm just letting you know I paid the $7. He said, well, what the fuck did you do that for? So, support the fucking scene, man. You can't preach it and not be it. Just don't work that way. I don't always do that. If I ain't got the money, I mean, but what's $7 to me? Really? It means I can't get one more drink. That's all right. It's probably better off that way. If I can wind up blowing out a goddamn tire as it is. Anyhow.
Preaching on, dog.
Let's do the Monolithic Music Minute.
Groovy. So actually got an
events.
update on the record end. I don't usually talk about that, but we just finished up records for an awesome hard rock band from Connecticut, Southern Connecticut, called Mystic Seahorse. That'll be coming out sometime in July, I believe, late July. Samsara just cut 2 songs, banned on our label at Dexter's Lab, which are going to be up soon. That's going to be available on 7-inch vinyl and digital release. So that's pretty fucking cool.
Cool.
And also a pop punk band from around these ways in New Haven called Salader is getting their album mixed and mastered, and we recorded that here. That's pretty cool shit. So check it out. Definitely harder edged. Got some hardcore elements in there. Now, speaking of records coming out, this leads perfectly into the shows list. This coming Friday at Cherry Street, Wallingford, red alert. We got Night Bitch not only playing but releasing the record. It's got Night Bitch, Nasty Disaster, Pussy Wolf, and Buzzard Canyon. Doors are 8:30. Entry, I guess we don't know that yet, and 21 plus. Same night, if you're not going to be able to get out to Cherry Street, or you're way down south or on the New York side, Seaside Tavern in Stamford has Jimmy Junkbird and the Stiffs with Jesse May, and Matt and the Marauders and Headgun. 9 o'clock start, $5, 21 plus. Following day at Cherry Street Station, Wallingford, Stalactite, hope I said that right, Productions presents 666 Showdown, which you're going to be at, right?
Yep. Broadcasting live, hanging out.
Featuring Gyre, hopefully we're saying that right. Rise and Resist, a fucking awesome Connecticut hard rock melodic metal band. Map the Mind, Sleepless Empire, and Gorgonite Scum, which is an amazing name. 6:30, $6, 21 plus. Same night at Cook's, if you're down over that way, got In the Red, Fear the Masses, and Demons Past, 3 awesome bands that are always killing it out here. 8 o'clock, 21 plus. Then on the 13th, it's motherfucking Bacon Fest, which is going to be with OFNR and Metal Syndicast. That is with Eye with an Eye, Dreams of Sepia, which is our first show back in a really long time, so hopefully people come out and catch those goods. Goat Herder, Insanovision, Physics of Demise, The Aberration, Fear the Masses, We Are Nothing, Lyra, Kali Ma, The Maddening Process, The Shape, Nasty Disaster, and City of Iron. Show starts at 2 o'clock. It's $10, 21 plus. Intercourse, if you guys are familiar with them, we've had Kevin on the show. They unfortunately are not able to play that show, so anybody just coming to see them, just letting you know they unfortunately had to drop off that.
So there will be no Intercourse at the goddamn show.
Oh, there'll be Intercourse, but the band won't be playing.
Right.
Same night, Birch Bar and Grill in Torrington, Matt Pack's 10-year memorial benefit with Imperium Mortis, Ready, Set, Riot, Memory Loss, Days Off. That's at 5 o'clock. It's an early show, $10, 21 plus. Then at Cook's same night, and there's a lot of shit going on. Falling Further presents Hard Rock Night with Demons Past, Serious Fates, Falling Further, Alter Ego, Vision Within, 7:30, $5, 21 plus. And New West Cafe in New Haven, DIY Checkpoint, and Needle Drop present Uncommon NASA, Chef the Chef, Apollo Sons, The Forest Room, and Old Self, 9 p.m., $5, 21 plus. As for us this weekend, we are going to be at the legendary Dobbs in Philadelphia. So anybody listening out in Philadelphia, come check us and Mile Markers out. It's going to be a very fun fucking time. So that's about it from Promoter Town and Monolithic Music for the evening.
Yeah, go check out all those kick-ass events, and OFNR will be out and about this weekend. So, yeah, it's really nice, man. It feels good to be able to get out and about every now and again, see a show, and hang out with some really great people, you know?
I'm liking that we're getting out to more as a radio unit. I dig this.
Yes.
I very much dig that. I wish I was there this Saturday, but again, I'll be at Dobbs in Philly, but I'll be there in spirit, brother.
Yeah, man, and we'll see each other at Bacon Fest, bro. We'll have bacon and beers and metal and boobs.
And I fully plan on calling a good portion of that with you. I'll be right over there with you.
Hanging out, yeah, kicking ass and taking names.
No idea when we're playing or when we got to load in. I just know I got to be there like 11 or something. Somewhere around there.
Jesus.
Yeah, it was a long fucking day, dude. 11 or 12.
Nice. All right, I think it's time for the news.
Oh wait, did you want to go through that one article?
Oh yeah, we can do that. Why not? Why streaming is the future of the music industry and not its end. This from Nicolay Snatter from CheatSheet.com. When Taylor Swift, as we've been talking about her this evening, made the decision not to release her latest album, 1989, on Spotify, and pulled her other albums from the site in November, it re-sparked the debate whether the future of music industry is streaming and how musicians should be compensated for their work. Swift pulled her music from the site after a company refused to restrict her albums to paid subscription. Other artists followed. Spotify might be easy villain in the eyes of musicians. It's also part of the digital streaming world that's keeping the music industry going forward. In its defense, the company reported paid out $1 billion in 2014 alone. 70% of all revenue generated by the company goes back to labels and artists. See, the problem here is it goes back to labels first, then the artists.
And as someone on Spotify who also owns a small label, I can tell you that even being on that small label, I don't get anywhere near. I mean, it's like a tiny bit more than what the band would get.
However, if you were to take that tiny label and compound it by 1 million, now you're looking at probably a lot more money. Do you see what I'm saying?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. But I will say, just to point out, in what they pay you, kind of like, with like an electric bill, you're billed like 0.126, for example, per kilowatt hour. That's like 12.5 cents. And that's what makes your electric bill. Those 12.5 cents add up to the exorbitant amount you might be paying with royalties, whether it's band or a label. If obviously the smaller label you are and smaller artist you are, you don't really get that accumulation.
Yeah, no. And estimates earn that each listener earns a payout revenue between 0.0006 and 0.0084. So it's like you're getting like not even a cent, dude, per listen.
Those numbers that are on that page are like identical to numbers I've seen.
So with 134 million streamed, that equals to about $804,000 and 1.3 million for that song alone. However, something doesn't seem right. It just doesn't. I guess artists take issue with even that level of payment since only part of the payout goes directly to them. And see, this is the problem. This isn't Spotify's issue at the end of the day. This is the artist's issue at the end of the day. The artist needs to get out from underneath the label and go out on their own. And a Beyonce should totally be able to do that at this point.
Well, to be honest with you, you're exactly right. And having, a good thing in the future, I know I'm not trying to expose a few things that I know about companies that I know are going to start and happen out and about from things I've heard and read, but because I don't want to ruin the cool surprise in the future. However, PR companies definitely, like if you're a band and you get hit up by a PR company and they will guarantee you on paper they will expose you to X amount of people, et cetera, there are good PR companies out there that can help you and will further your band little by little. And kind of like, again, switching an electric bill or like a provider, as you're going through, certain smaller PR companies can only help you so much. And once you've, been able to work with them to the extent of what they can do for you, you move on to another level of PR company, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And that's actually a good move for a band because with a label, they're going to take at least 25 to 30% of your shit if you have a 360 deal, which I'm sure most people know what that is.
I think we talked about that.
Yeah, it's taking a piece of performance, it's taking a piece of your rights, your royalties, all around, and then what people don't realize though is that's just the label. If you have a manager, you have a booking agent, they're taking their cuts as well, and then you have your expenses. So that 25 to 30% suddenly becomes like anywhere from 50 to 70% of your income and revenue that gets eaten up, and you're left with X amount, which hopefully at least can cover what you do. And maybe then some if you're a decent sized touring band.
Right.
If not, then you could be just in trouble. But hey, as long as the more progression you make, all I'm trying to say is the more progression you make. If you're looking at stuff like A&R companies or you're just
another one to start thinking of, folks, here, and this is just my opinion on it. Commercials. YouTube.
Absolutely. You can totally get commercials.
YouTube commercials. I mean, they're, fucking Dan was talking about this earlier. Where does he find all his music? On goddamn YouTube. Get your music up on YouTube. I mean, really. Make a blank video if you have to. It doesn't have to have actual video like what we do. Every week I put up a picture and the fucking audio behind it for the 3 hours,
and I can test there are people, if you have an album out, they will. I remember it was the day after. It was literally the day after our album came out. Somebody had ripped it. I found it downloaded like a couple thousand times from like Eastern Europe. And I was like, this has to be a joke. This can't be like serious. And then I go to YouTube and I see our album is up there and it's got like somebody made an already done up background with this revolving imagery that kept moving. It looked really slick. I was like, they did that in a fucking day? So
it's almost like you want to talk to that person and be like, who are you? And why?
One download site, I'll tell you this, just to give you like the feeling of it, because like you can it's coming eventually, and it's a good thing to have it leaked, and like when you're a younger band or a local band or smaller band, whatever, regional, yada yada yada, because at the end of the day you want your music spread out. But I will tell you that the day that I saw that happen, I still was hit with the really
motherfucker,
ouch. And one specific site that I saw had it was like a cut and a couple thousand downloads of your whole record. If you do the math on what you're pricing it out, you're like, damn, man, that's like, if they actually bought that shit, that'd be like fucking $20,000, So doing the math out,
it hurts, man. It fucking hurts.
It fucking hurts, man. I'm like, shit, we put that out 2 days ago, and like 2,000 motherfuckers have it. But then at the end of the day, 2,000 motherfuckers have it. So it's a good thing and a bad thing, I guess. But it doesn't feel great. But I remember one site in particular, and this made me laugh more than anything else. It actually listed. It was a smaller download site that had I think 100 people had downloaded it, but it actually had their user ID tag. So if I wanted to, I could have physically joined this site and message them about it. Be like, hey man, so you stole our record. What do you think?
Right.
Yeah, so it's definitely, if you're in a band, look for your stuff and type in torrent and things like that. You'd be surprised what comes up.
Yeah, man. And while it's a good thing, it's a bad thing. It's a double-edged sword, man.
Oh, it absolutely is.
All right, so now let's do the news.
The news.
I thought those are two reasonably good articles this week.
Oh, absolutely.
All right, let's do the news here. Let me see if I can find that news. The news. Where's the news? The news always brought to you by Coldcock Whiskey, made with aged American bourbon, herbs like green tea, hibiscus, eucalyptus, ginger, ginkgo, and many more. It's the real deal, man. I've actually had it. It's delicious. It truly is. I'm not just saying that. Coldcock Whiskey is the shit, while the rest are just poop stains. Take your shot, coldcockwhiskey.com. And of course, brought to you by Blow Paste.
No jingle?
Unlike other lubes that contain aspartame and shit, I don't have it in front of me. I'm trying to find the goddamn news. Blow Paste is the one and only. The real deal. I've talked to Jasmine Ejan. I've used Blow Paste personally in my personal life. I love it. I was so happy to get it in the mail because it was like, honey, can I have a blowjob? We have to try this out. I get to bother my wife about getting a blowjob. Like, please, tonight, come on, tonight. Put it in your mouth, in your motherfucking mouth. Blow Paste, ChikiChaCha.com. It's a true story.
ChikiChaCha.
It's a true fucking story. I'm not fucking with y'all. All right, it's time for the news.
No.
It is time. Oh yes, it is time right now for Knobs News
Yep. Time once again for the news. It is June the 2nd, although here in Connecticut, it certainly don't feel like June out there. We'll get to the fucking weather in just a little while. For now, Brian and I are going to go through the news stories of stupid people doing stupid fucked up shit. This week, I have quite a few.
There are a lot here.
We'll get through them. It's early. It's early.
I like it. Still trying to find the FIFA thing, too.
We got the Darwin Awards tonight. We also got Douchebag of the Week. All right. Starting it off. Oh, man. I'd be lying if I didn't say this is a fucked up way to die. Johannesburg, a lion leapt through an open car window and mauled to death an American tourist at a privately run game park just outside Johannesburg on Monday. There was a car driving to the lion camp and the lion did come through the window and bite the lady. Ambulance arrived quite soon, but the lady had passed away. 22-year-old woman and another American tourist were traveling to the park northwest of South Africa's biggest city with their car fucking windows open. Dude, I'd have my car windows shut like a motherfucker.
Yeah, but even so...
No,
how big is the window gap? A lion's pretty fucking big, dude.
Yeah, but I mean, dude, it's some
You
serious.
should obviously have it up. I'm just saying, like, I'm trying to picture that. I would think a lion would just, like, fucking hit the frame and be down.
The second tourist, a man suffered serious injuries while trying to save the victim, was sitting in the car passenger seat. This incident is the latest in attacks at the same park. In March, the Australian tourists were injured by a lioness after driving through the park with its car windows open. Note to self, if you're going to the park, don't have your goddamn windows open. 2 days later, a 13-year-old from a nearby slum was attacked by a cheetah while riding a bicycle through the fucking park. Dumbass. And in December 2013, a South African franchise rugby player and his family were attacked by a lion, and his father reported minor injuries. Park has 85 lions, including rare white lions. And according to the website, Lion Park guarantees super up-close animal views. Yeah, sure does. Does order the visitors to keep their windows shut. So, man. Could you imagine, dude? You're on this fucking, like, cool adventure, and all of a sudden, here's a lion killing you. You got killed by a lion. How'd you die? You died from fucking lion attack.
I got a fucking lion mauling. Ugh. DIY dentistry. Whoa.
Sorry.
No problem. Oh, there we go. DIY dentistry. In the UK, a mother was so terrified of going out to the dentist, she used super glue to stick her broken teeth back into her mouth when they fell out. Now, I'm going to note, and I hope we can post this link somewhere. This is just an aside for me. Looking in this article, oh my God, the picture of her mouth. Jesus Christ, man. But yeah, a mother was terrified of letting her, so terrified of going to the dentist, she used super glue to stick her broken teeth back into her mouth when they fell out. Angie Barlow, 48, performed dangerous DIY dentistry on herself for more than a decade. A fucking decade, man. Eventually, the toxic chemicals in the glue meant she lost 90% of the bones supporting her teeth in the upper jaw. That, imagine how painful losing 90% of the bone in your fucking jaw. And that's like half your goddamn face.
I posted it to the Indie 180 page for anybody who gives a shit.
It is graphic, man. It is fucking nasty.
Gnarly.
And she was forced to spend her life savings on treatment. Dumbass. Dentists had to remove most of her teeth, insert titanium pins into her mouth in order to screw on false teeth and restore her smile. Now, Miss Barlow, a professional dog walker from Altrincham, Greater Manchester, England, said she became too frightened of seeking professional help for her teeth after she lost her mother to throat cancer. Angie said, I've always been scared of the dentist because my mom died at 34 from throat cancer. She had a tooth out, and that's how they found she had cancer. That fear has always been in the back of my mind. You just get your mind set, and you think you don't go. You don't make that phone call. Miss Barlow's smoking had damaged her teeth, and they fell out often. But instead of going to the dentist, she was resorting to using household superglue and other items to fix them. Speaking before an operation to correct the damage, Miss Barlow said, when the tooth comes out, I just put a little bit of glue and try and hold it in place to keep it so I don't have a gap. I use glue on the top and put it back in place until it's set. And Angie became reclusive because of her embarrassment over her unsightly smile. I just feel so self-conscious that I don't go anywhere, really. Wow, man. Just latter notes skimming through this. During the operation, 11 of her top teeth were extracted with 6 titanium screws inserted into her jaw and 12 new teeth permanently attached. Angie has felt that she's more outgoing after the treatment and no longer needs to hide her smile. It's wonderful, isn't it? I feel amazing and there's no hands over my mouth or embarrassment. People have said they noticed a difference. My friends are just like, oh my God, you're more outgoing. You spent your whole life savings and wasted 10 years of your life and almost disfigured your entire jaw just to eventually get to the resolution of going to a fucking dentist. You are an idiot.
Yeah, man. And see, these things, these are true stories, folks.
Yeah.
I wish we were making this shit up. I really, truly wish we were making this shit up, but we're not.
What's even more fucked up is you know the joke that, British people have really horrendous teeth?
Yeah.
Okay, so this guy did, at least in terms of placement, did a fantastic job of putting her mouth back together, and you can actually see that picture within the article link as well. However, her teeth are still yellow and disgusting and have what looks to be shit stains in between the bottom 4 front teeth.
Nice. Moving on. Close to home crazy of the week. Here in Connecticut, a woman smeared feces all over her naked body and trashed a motel room before begging cops to shoot her. She's been hospitalized for mental evaluation. You think? Woman has not been named, allegedly stripped off and spattered herself in shit inside her motel room. That's gotta be an awesome fucking motel room, dude.
Yeah.
That was on Thursday in Windsor Locks, and cops were called on the scene. When she saw them at the door, she sprinted away out of the building. Clutching a small dog, she ran into nearby subway station, like the sandwich shop. Imagine that. Eat fresh. Distressed woman locked herself in the bathroom. Officers arrived and tried to talk her into coming out. She refused. Police managed to barge their way into the bathroom. She lashed out, tried to kick the cops, repeatedly asked them to shoot her. The dog suffered as the woman was placed between her thighs and started squeezing, but officers eventually managed to free the dog, wrap the incoherent woman in blankets, and remove her from the eatery. Man. Dude. Good God. There you go. Close to home crazy of the week.
Dude, these fucking people, man. She told me to get up and I told her to go to hell. From DeKalb County, Alabama. Officials said the son of a Mentone woman who was found beaten to death on Friday admitted to her death and said it was a result of a confrontation over his grades in college. Tyler Blansett, 22, was arrested early Saturday morning for the murder of his mother, Sherry Blansett. Blansett had been found beaten to death behind her home in Mentone. Sheriff Jimmy Harris said Blansett confessed to killing her mother after they got into an argument over grades. According to the sheriff, Tyler told investigators that he struck Sherry in the head with a baseball bat during the height of the confrontation.
Jesus Christ. Dude, could you imagine getting so upset at your mom that you fucking beat her?
I mean, if you
death?
look at the picture of this guy, I mean, this isn't really worth necessarily posting outside of just getting a general image of this guy, and you can see clear psychopath in the eyes.
Yeah.
According to the sheriff, Tyler told investigators that he struck Sherry in the head with a baseball bat during the height of the confrontation. Harris said it appears the mother's death was a result of blunt force trauma to the head, which, side note, will generally 9 times out of 10 happen with a baseball bat striking your dome. But an autopsy will provide further information. Sherry Blansett's body was transported to the Department of Forensic Sciences in Huntsville, Alabama. They take getting some A's really serious down south. That is, I have no words. First of all, you don't ever do that to your mother. And this guy getting he's 22. Was he still in high school?
Right?
Like, he looks like he could have been held back like 7 times.
A couple times.
Yeah. I don't know, but this is cocksucker of the week, if not douchebag.
Yeah, no, not the douchebag. And it was pretty tough this week, actually. Dude. I came across a couple other stories I didn't even include. They were like, wow. All right, next story. Look before you leap to your death. It's almost a Darwin Award. Almost. A 31-year-old Navy veteran has died after falling from an extreme attraction at the San Bernardino County Fair in Victorville. Fire department officials say that Sabrina Gordon suffered injuries after taking part in a Free Drop USA attraction around 7:15 p.m. Thursday. She was airlifted to the Victor Valley Medical Center, where she died 12:20 a.m. Now, apparently, the story goes on to say that she didn't want to jump at the end, so she tried to hang on. And, I guess, got fucked up. But the ride owners said the attraction has held 50,000 successful jumps over 36 cities. Fair officials said the attraction has been shut down indefinitely, of course. And it's just, obviously terrible. But she did sign a waiver for lease reliability. Of course, they're still going to try to sue the parents.
Mm-hmm.
But, it's just, obviously it's sad as fuck.
Yeah.
But, you signed a waiver, you climbed to the top, you're supposed to jump, you gotta jump. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I'm a thrill seeker, man. Rides are awesome. I do that stupid ass bungee swing that everybody's terrified to do, bungee jumping regularly, skydiving, you name it. But having to free fall off of something where I gotta land on a huge inflatable bag, that bag better be pretty fucking big, man.
And even then, dude, you still could get fucked up. This chick obviously fucked up, and apparently from what I'm reading, and look, I'm not the news source, but she hesitated or tripped or whatever caused her not to jump far enough out to hit the target. Now they should have had nets, a cone nets that all go down to the to the bottom, so that if you while she may have hit her head or something, she would at least hit the nets and not fall into the concrete into her death.
Mm-hmm.
So, look, I'll do roller coasters, and even those are not safe necessarily, but I'll at least do those. But, yeah.
That's not even, I can't even really say that's dumb on his part. That's just unfortunate, man.
It's an unfortunate set of circumstances. Feel for her, but look, if you choose to jump, you can't change your mind, Especially mid-jump.
Well, that's a spicy detention in New York. Whoop. Let's come down here. Center Reach, New York, from CBS. A bizarre lawsuit on Long Island will have parents thinking twice about what they pack in their children's lunch. As CBS 2's Jennifer McLogan reports, a junior at Center Reach High School is fighting his punishment after getting disciplined for taking hot peppers to school. You should have freedom of choice to what you bring to school. I remember bringing habaneros when I was a little bastard in 4th grade and chowing down on those. Nick Lean and his mother spoke exclusively to McLogan about the incident involving boot jolokia, or ghost peppers, which are among the hottest chili peppers on the planet. Ghost peppers pack 400 times the mouth-numbing heat of Tabasco, and Lean orders them online, 3 peppers for $12. Well, my friends and I saw that we had the new ghost pepper with me, and they all wanted to see how spicy it was, because everybody thought that basically they could handle it, and it was nothing, so they all tried a piece. Well, 2 of Lean's classmates left gym and landed in the nurse's office with red faces, stomach pains, and burning tongues. Next thing he knew, Lean was called to the carpet. Being shocked, he didn't realize he was giving someone a pepper, couldn't get him as much trouble as possible. Lean said he was told he was to serve after-school detention for 2 days or else in-school suspension for a day. His mother also received a call, and she ran to the school to wonder why, didn't know what it was, asked if it was pepper spray, peppers on sandwiches. She said, yada, yada, blah, blah, blah. As for ghost peppers, said they will knock your socks off. and the fat is spread to ghost pepper, fast food fries, chili, and burgers. The Leans were shocked and mystified when they said the school likened the peppers to psychedelic drugs. I was told that it's equivalent to giving someone LSD. Clearly, none of these people at school that are deciding this have taken LSD because I've had ghost peppers and I've never felt like I was on an acid trip. The Leans do not believe passing out peppers warrants suspension or detention. Students' rights cannot be violated by dictating to them what they can and can't bring in for lunch, so it's an outrage. Well, school's out in 3 weeks, and Lean said being suspended would be detrimental. All the work that we have now is all getting bunched together, and if I lose 2 days of school, then it's really going to affect my grades. But the superintendent of the Milo County School District said she does not tolerate any action that compromises the health of their students, and said she is determined hot peppers do pose such a threat, and she stands by the detention. There are no New York State regulations, however, yet on ghost peppers in school. Now, that's really just fucking a kid over, man. If the kid doesn't know it, granted it's spicy food and he innocently wanted to give his friends a pepper because they wanted to try it, it's a food. It's not like you're passing out a bowl.
He warned them, man. It wasn't like he tricked them.
Nah.
He was like, dude, it's fucking spicy, man. You know? Hey, whatever, man.
And he didn't have to push him around. It's not like he was like, hey, don't be a little bitch.
Yeah, they were all like, yo, can I try some of that? People, man, I don't know. All right, where were we here? I'm all over the fucking map. All right, so do you like the party?
Of course.
One time I snorted this chick's mom. A woman has left sickened after a lodger she was letting stay with her threw a party and snorted her dead mom's ashes. Jackie Tierney says friends watched on in horror as the woman scooped her dead mother Hilda's ashes from the urn before vacuuming them up her nose. She then fled from the party, and the revelers were dumbfounded. Hilda's ashes were sitting in the urn in the living room of Mrs. Tierney's Dundee home and had been there ever since she died 4 years ago. Dude, could you imagine? Bitch, you snorted my mom!
Dude, oh.
Right?
Fucking people, man.
She used to live across the road but lost her house. She was having too many parties. I offered to take her in. Why would you offer to take somebody in who's getting kicked out of their previous home for having too many parties? So she moved in with my son and I. So now you're letting your kids see this too. One of her friends had to break the news to her that her former neighbor hadn't been seen since the party, and that said during the party she snorted the remains. Tierney added, "How could someone do something like that? It's beyond belief that this happened in my own home. She just took the ashes off top of my unit and started snorting them? My friend witnessed the whole thing and decided I should be told. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. I mean, really? It's my mom."
You're snorting my mom, man.
I don't know what I would say to her, but it's like, never set foot in my house again. One witness to the snorting spoke of her revulsion. Yeah, I would imagine, dude. Dude.
That's some shit.
She wanted to pass on the ashes to her daughter, but now she can't because they've been snorted up. Man. Alright.
People, dude.
Fucking people.
Here's a hint. If you're having an allergic reaction, don't swallow a spatula. A woman nearly dies after swallowing 30-centimeter long kitchen spatula to try and clear her throat. A Chinese woman named Guan Swing, 31, said she had been cooking a new recipe that involved exotic herbs and spices when she suddenly felt her throat starting to swell up and an allergic reaction. She said, "I remember some folk remedies saying it helps to use something to unclog the throat." ESPN reports. She first tried to clear her throat with her fingers, followed by 3 chopsticks, which is equally retarded, which were all broken. When that failed, she then decided to use something larger and put the 30-centimeter long, 12-inch handle of a cooking spatula down her throat.
And almost killed herself.
Yeah, oh my god, what a fucking idiot. She became so panicked the utensil became wedged into her throat so tightly she could no longer get it out. Her daughter, aged 4, took her downstairs for help as she struggled to breathe, according to the South China Morning Post. After an ambulance was called and arrived on the scene, she was rushed for treatment to the Kanghua Hospital in Dongguan in South China's Guangdong province. Say that 5 times fast. When she turned up, doctors thought they were dealing with somebody suffering from mental health problems.
Yeah.
They probably were. She was admitted immediately for emergency surgery, where doctors managed to extract the cooking utensil. But they were forced to cut away 20 centimeters or 8 inches of her esophagus that had been damaged beyond repair. Dude, you got one esophagus, and it's, man, you don't want issues like that.
That's nasty.
They then had to stretch her stomach lining in order to make a new connection between her esophagus and her stomach. Zhao Pu, dead up serious name, a thoracic surgeon at the hospital, told ECNS.com journalists it was once in 50 years, or if not once in 100-year case. First of all, this lady must have an IQ between a mustard seed and a dollop.
Right?
To think that she could shove either that or she really chugged some long, deep throat dong, because she shoved an entire 3 fucking chopsticks. Now, I eat sushi all the time, bro. Chopsticks, at least like 8 to 10 inches. Then you're gonna try a fucking metal spatula. You should know from breathing and from maybe, having some shit in your throat from fucking, something goes down the wrong way, like liquid, or, peanut, some whatever. You should know that feels like it's a pretty tight airway. I don't think I should be sticking a metal spatula down there.
Yeah, nothing else should be going in if I can't get anything coming out.
This could, in fact, rip my entire vocal cords and stab me possibly through the esophagus, which I need to talk and do lots of other important bodily functions.
I got an exclusive interview with her, and this is what she had to say.
I'll get you next time, Gadget. Next time. I'll get you, Gadget.
Sounding like Dr. Claw and shit. Fucking crazy.
I'll get you next time, FN Radio. Next time.
All right, it is time, ladies and gentlemen, once again, for the Darwin Awards. That's right, it is time for the Darwin Awards. I am your host, Bob on the Knob.
Hey.
This week's Darwin Award, a winner, not a almost. This is a definite. A Missouri man was twice bitten by water snakes while wading through a river.
Oh, dude, that's one of my biggest fears.
Has died after refusing to seek treatment. Gilbert De Leon, 37, was bitten on each of his legs while in the water at the James River at the Delaware axis northwest of Nixa with his girlfriend, Shelley Johns. His girlfriend reported that he yelled he'd been bitten by a snake and got out of the river to find he'd been bitten twice, one on each leg. Christian County coroner told the Springfield News Leader, "I'm not sure what kind of snake bit him, but only venomous water snake I'm aware of is a fucking cottonmouth." And now he's fucking dead. So, yeah, if you get bit by a fucking snake, man, it's probably a good idea to go to the doctor and be like, yo, I got bit by a snake.
I don't fuck with snakes, dude. That's one of I'm very not afraid of many things, but it's snakes, venomous snakes especially. Like I can touch a boa constrictor, whatever. You put any kind of other snake around me, I'm gonna fucking freak out, dude.
Yeah, man, totally.
Nightmare status, like snakes, sharks, and like I'd rather like fight a bull.
Come to find, Missouri is a home to 5 species of venomous snakes: cottonmouths, copperheads, and rattlesnakes. 3 different kinds.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
So,
I know where never to go.
Australia, also, you should never ever go. There's some serious shit going down in Australia.
Australia and New Zealand, dude, they don't fuck around, man.
Nah. All right, so now we got that out of the way. Congratulations, Gilbert De Leon, for joining the Darwin Award-winning category of 2015.
Can I do the douchebag?
Yeah, sure. You can do the douchebag. Let me set you up for it.
Awesome.
Douchebag of the week. It's time for the Douchebag of the Week Award. Brought to you in part by OFNR. Douchebag of the Week!
All right, so for our Douchebag of the Week, from dailymail.com. Drug addict mother of 4, 27, and her boyfriend accused of killing their 2-day-old baby daughter with meth. A couple from South Carolina charged in the meth overdose death of their 2-year-old baby girl were due in court for a preliminary hearing. I'm already disgusted. Kelly Noel Smith Durham and her boyfriend Shane Ray Fuller, which sounds like a bad guy from a Steven Seagal flick in the 80s, were arrested in February in connection to the November 2014 passing of their daughter Gracie May Fuller. Smith Durham, 27, was charged with murder by child abuse and 4 counts of unlawful neglect of a child. Motherfucker. The little girl was born November 17, 2014, and died only 2 days later. A coroner determined the cause of her death to be drug intoxication after discovering high levels of methamphetamine in the newborn system. The manner of the baby's death was ruled a homicide. Kelly Smith Durham also tested positive for methamphetamines. Investigators said the 2-day-old baby died at a home in the Simpsonville area, which Fuller and Smith Dunham shared with 3 other children, ages 2, 3, and 7. So these are not only douchebags, but they're douchebags that killed a 2-day-old child that also have, 2 infants at ages 2 and 3 and a slightly older child at 7. Somebody needs to take those kids away if this is the case.
See, and the thing that pisses me off about this is I'm sure that this is not, like, these kids, there's a 7-year-old, I think you said. Dude, these kids are not, like, young. I'm sure somebody had to have known that, like, there was no electricity. It was kind of probably not the best place. Mom's always kind of on drugs,
Oh, yeah, we didn't even get into living conditions. That's the last little part.
Dude, it's just so...
Yeah, it gets even worse. Deputies investigating Gracie May's death last year described the family's living conditions as deplorable and said the family's home on Harrison Bridge Road had no electricity and was being heated by propane canister heaters, which is one of the most dangerous things, obviously for a child to be around and inhale. Smith Durham's 3 surviving children were removed from the home after the newborn's death and placed in the custody of the Department of Social Services, as rightfully so. The woman and her older boyfriend were taken into custody in mid-February and ordered held in jail on a $40,000 bond, which, just in my own opinion, $40,000 for killing your 2-day-old child, like such an innocent life, while your siblings of that child, your other children, at least the 7-year-old, knows that their little sister is now dead. Douchebag of the week, possibly scumbag of the year. That is just fucking terrible.
Definitely another candidate for the douchebag of the year. I know.
Yeah, we gotta keep that one. So far, that's the one that
it's fucking deplorable. It's really god awful.
Yeah, it's incredibly awful.
And that's why, like, I got to that story and I'm like, you know what? There's no other choice. This is the choice. This is it. This is douchebag of the week right here. Great thing is, I also do douchebag of the week on Wednesday nights. I bring it, and do it again, just in case anybody missed it. All right, we did the news. We did the douchebag. We should probably play some tunes.
Well, we do it, Mr. Paco, no?
Or we can do Paco. Maybe we do Paco, say goodnight, and then end off with some tunes.
Yeah, we got a whole show, you said, right? That we could put up.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah, I got a whole show.
Mad tunes.
Mad motherfucking tunes. I got to get that ready, actually, now that you said something. I will do tonight for your entertainment something very special. Especial. The Death from Above show.
Yeah.
I have recorded, and I'm going to play the whole show. Going to give you the whole goddamn thing. Because, that's kind of what I do.
We can hang with Paco for a few, maybe do a Mad Lib or two, and hear the whole fucking show, man.
Yeah, man. I got 2, I think, for Paco lined up for him. He asked for 2 tonight, so.
We gotta wake up his lazy ass.
I know. Hang on a second.
Fucking reeking with burritos over here, dude.
Still trying to, there it is. Still trying to get that thing on there. Okay, and there we go. All right. I can at least put those in there. Oh, come on, you scum. There it is. Okay. Let me go get that scum Paco, and yeah, I'll be right fucking back. Here.
Is Eric in there with him?
I don't know. Hang on a second. Let me in, man. Come on. Come on, guys. Let me in, man, please.
Hey, it's that time again. Time for another band lab with Paco Suave.
Hey, what's going on? I say, what's going on? I say, it's Tuesday, June the 2nd. My name is Paco Suave. My name is Paco. Paco Suave. Okay, what's going on? Hey, Brian, what's going on, man? How you doing this week, man?
What's up, man? How you doing, man?
Oh, I'm doing okay, man. You know, chilling and relaxing and cooling. Just shooting some b-bye out by my school. And a couple of guys that came by my hood, man, they were like up to no good and stuff, man. My mom got scared and she was like, "You're a fucking essay, man. Just shoot the dude." Okay. That's how I became Fresh Prince of LA.
That's cool, man. LA got a lot of burritos and chalupas.
Okay, man, I got two different stories for you, man. You know, two different little tales that we're gonna weave together.
Let's kick it, Holmes.
And I'm gonna ask for some words, and you're gonna give me the words, and then, you know, I'll make a story. You know how it goes. You played this fucking game before. If you want to play, 203 794 6367. Yeah, if you want to play too, give us a call. 203 794 OFNR. Why not? I'll take your phone call too. Okay, so give me an adjective, man. I need the describing word, like sloppy or smelly or gross.
I would think outside the box, man. Let me think here. Give me like 2 seconds, man. Mexicanly.
Okay, yeah, you know, the judges say that's okay. Okay, man, I need two different female friends.
Like, you need their names?
Yeah, just like a first name.
Candy and Skylar. Those sound like strippers to me.
Okay. I need a past tense verb, something that happened before. It's already happened, like it's, you know, like, fuck.
Commenced.
It's commenced. Yeah, that's a good one, man. Okay, now I need a verb ending in ing, an ing.
ING. I was gonna say cocksucking, but that's an adjective, I guess.
No, cocksucking is okay. You cocksuck if you put your dick on if you suck a dick, you're a cocksucker.
That makes sense, man.
And if you're a cocksucker, that means you were cocksucking at one point.
That is true.
Okay, now I need plural food.
I just ordered some baked ziti, man. So baked zitis.
Zitis. How about pastas?
That makes sense. Noodles.
There
we go.
Okay, I need a plural noun. That's multiple persons, places, or things.
Anal beads.
Anal beads. See, now you're thinking outside the box. I like it. This one time, you know, never mind. Give me a verb ending in ing.
Cum hosing.
Cum hosing?
Like cum hosing.
Cum hosing. Oh, okay. Hosing of the cum. I got you. I need a singular body part.
My dick.
Dick. Okay. A plural noun.
Pete Smiths.
Pete Smiths. And I need another plural noun.
Oversized testicles.
Oversized testicles. Okay, I need a female friend. A name is fine.
A female friend? Sarah.
Sarah, okay. I need a beverage.
Cold cock whiskey.
Cold cock whiskey, man. Take your shot, man. Take it today. Okay, and then I need an adjective.
Adjective. Horny.
Horny. Good one. Okay. This is the list. Bad Lib 1. June the 2nd. 10:52 p.m. Mexican Candy Skyler commenced cocksucking, noodles, anal beads, cum hosing Dick, Pete Smith's, oversized testicles, Sarah, cold cock whiskey, and horny. As it is summer, you might want to go on a camping trip. Well, this is the Indy 180 camping trip. It was a cold Mexican night. Candy and Skylar commenced around the campfire cocksucking songs and eating noodles. Soon they got tired, climbed into their anal beads, and eventually fell asleep. Suddenly they're both wide awake. There was a loud cum hosing outside their tent. Skylar grabbed Candy's dick and held on for dear life. Candy started chanting Lions and Pete Smith's and oversized testicles, oh my, over and over and over again. Then into the tent fell their friend Sarah. She'd been thirsty and gone into the house for some cold cock whiskey. Now the cold cock whiskey was on the floor in their tent, but they had a good laugh and went back to sleep. It turned out a very horny camping trip. Maybe next time I'll even leave Skylar's backyard. So that's one. Okay?
You gotta post these, man.
I will post these, man. Chill out, chill out. Chill out. Chill out.
I'm chilling, man. I'm smoking the herb, man. Oh, I don't say that. No, I'm not. I do not do that.
Nobody does that. Only the cool kids do that. I'm not cool enough to do that. Da-na-na-na. I love this intro, by the way. Okay. 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 Next one. This one is another quickie. Brought to you in part by Cold Cock Whiskey and blow paste, because I love blow paste. Who does not love blow paste? Okay, the first one is your name. That would be Brian Amida.
That would be it, man.
Okay. That would be Brian Amida.
Brian Almeida.
That's right. Okay, give me a city or town.
Hell, Michigan.
Hell, Michigan.
That's a real place.
Okay, give me an adjective.
Throbbing.
Much like the Citizens. They're a great band, by the way, man.
They're nasty, man.
Okay, I need a plural animal.
Plural animal.
How about like beavers?
Nah, I got a good one, man. I watched Archer. What the fuck? What the fuck? The shit, man. Ocelots.
Ocelots, okay. Man, those things are freaky looking, man. Okay, give me a number, man.
69, of course.
Okay, of course, 69, of course. Okay, I need 1, 2, 3, 4 plural nouns. Right off the dome.
Shitheads.
Shitheads.
Boobies.
Boobies.
Pearl necklaces.
Pearl necklaces.
And house-trained cats.
House-trained cats. Okay. I need an exclamation.
Like a statement?
Yeah.
I like to fucking rock.
I like to fuck. Okay.
No, I like to fucking rock.
Oh, I like to fucking rock.
Yeah, I do like to fuck, though.
Okay,
Just
give me 2 different singular foods.
Singular, like they can't be a sandwich. It has to be one thing.
Well, one sandwich. Sandwich.
Okay. So sandwich and country fried steak.
And country fried steak.
But does pussy count as a food?
Always, but I got a singular noun that I need, so I'll take pussy as your singular noun.
Okay.
Okay, this is the list. Number 2. 6/2/2015, 10:56. Brian Almeida, Hell, Michigan, throbbing, ocelot, 69, shitheads, boobies, pearl necklaces, I like to fucking rock, house trained cats, sandwich, country fried steak, and pussy. And this right here is Brian Almeida's summer fun. Every summer, people head to Lake Brian Almeida near Hell, Michigan. There's so many things to do at the lake. Lots of people snorkel, hoping to catch a glimpse of the throbbing ocelots that live in the lake. On Saturdays, people have swimming relay races. Each team has 69 members. Swimmers carry shitheads that are passed from one team member to the next. The winning team is awarded boobies and pearl necklaces. Lots of people come to watch the races, you can imagine. They cheer on teams by shouting, I like to fucking rock! After the races, people paddle their house-trained cats around the lake. Then everyone comes back to shore for a picnic of sandwiches and country fried steaks. Sundays. Someone usually plays the pussy while people eat. People are sad when the summer ends, but everyone looks forward to the next summer as Lake Brian Almeida, when they can snorkel above the throbbing ocelots, swim for prize boobies and pearl necklaces, and paddle their house-trained cats. It's a little summer fun by Indy 180.
I love that.
Okay, man. Well, I'll see you guys later. And, I'll see you next week. And tell Joe he smells. Okay, bye.
Yeah, man. Later, bro. Smoke one for me.
Oh, Lord. Bye, Paco. Go back to sleep.
Paco's a good dude.
Good for nothing. Except for maybe making tacos. He does make a mean taco. Alrighty then. That is that. Now, we've come to the end of the show. It's 11 o'clock. Look at that. 3 hours of music. Of course, we didn't do 3 hours of music. It's a talk show. I have a radio station to play music on. Speaking of which, we're on 24/7, 365 days a year. Check us out. Tomorrow, it's Wednesday. It is, Turbo. Turbo's fucking Asylum. That's right. 1 to 4 o'clock. Full Spike Radio presents Turbo's fucking Asylum, man. Each and every week, Turbo has some kick-ass fucking interviews with great guests. You want to check that shit out each and every week. You can do it live on Bull Spike Radio Thursday nights, but you can also check it out here each and every Wednesday afternoon, 1 to 4 p.m. Then at 8, Keith fucking Pearson from the Underground and below. It's repeat day tomorrow. So I'm gonna fuck with Keith all fucking night. It's gonna be awesome. Thursday is modern rock mixed with metal mixed with independent tunes. However, you should change the dial over to New Rigel Radio and check out DJ Pearlman's Hard Rock Lunchbox from noon to 2. Friday, of course, here on OFNR, it is, once again, the all-independent weekend. All weekend long, nothing but independent tunes all weekend long from around the goddamn globe, Brian. When we say all-independent music, we goddamn mean it. Now.
Damn right we do.
Monday is Metal Monday. We play brutal, savage shit because fuck Mondays. And then, of course, Tuesday starts off the Grunge Garage once again. We open it up, play some 90s tunes all day long. Music from the 90s. From Mudhoney to Pearl Jam to Soundgarden to Duncan Cheek to fucking Moist to all kinds of shit. Check it out all day long. Then, of course, right here at 8 o'clock, we'll be back. Oh, yes. Joe shall be with us, I hope. And, yeah. What do we got next week? We've got Coratory next week.
Which is going to be fucking awesome.
Coratory. And we're going to talk about, buying records with Coratory, man. Because I bet you they have some stories about buying records. We're going to talk about fucking the trash bar with Corridor. We're going to talk about the New York scene with Corridor. We're going to talk about a decade of destruction with Corridor. It's going to be fucking awesome, man. I can't wait. This Saturday, come hang out with us here at Cherry Street Station. OFNR will be down there. That'd be me hanging out. Cherry Street, it's been a while. A long while. Too long of a while. So, boom. We'll be there. I'm losing my voice and just in time. All right. Now then. This past Friday, I went and saw a kick-ass fucking metal show. Featuring a bunch of kick-ass bands. Including The Maddening Process, Framework, Eyes of the Dead, right, and Carnivora, and of course Kalima, and I apologize, Kalima, for not having your set. I'm an asshole. My computer's an asshole, really. All right, and that's it. Brian, you got anything else you'd like to say?
Come out to Dobbs if you're out in Philly or New Jersey this Saturday with Mile Marker Zero and a bunch of great, awesome Philadelphia bands, the legendary Dobbs. Shane will be there. We're going to rock the house, finish out our little tour, and then next weekend, Bacon Fest. And if you guys are planning on coming and you're waiting on getting tickets, let me tell you, just from what I know from the other bands and from Eric, this show will be sold out probably before you even get to the door. So if you're one of those people that's waiting on getting a ticket to go to the show,
that's a bad idea.
It's a very fucking bad idea. I sold out of my tickets a long time ago and I had to grab extras. So I believe I have a few select ones left and Eric has a few left that we're delivering, but outside of that, you might be fucked. So if you're hearing this right now and you really want to go to Bacon Fest, hit me up and I will figure out a way to get them to you by June 6th, which is a Saturday, so probably by Friday, because all tickets have to be in by then to determine lineup and yada yada yada, blah blah blah. So don't sit on it. Move fast. They're gonna fucking go.
Show is gonna be nuts, man. I'm telling you. I don't know how they're gonna fit all those people in there, man. Don't know how they're gonna do it. It's gonna be nutty. You're gonna want to get there early because the fucking parking's gonna be at a premium.
Your tits are good!
Alrighty then. For another Indie 180, 180 minutes. Music, news, and interviews. Done.
Oh yeah.
I'll see you guys tomorrow night on Keith from the Underground and Below. and Brian, I'll see you, of course, next week, my friend.
You will indeed, my man.
Have an awesome time in Philly. Get yourself a steak, sandwich.
I plan on it, man. Pat's and Geno's. Both.
You gotta do it, dude. You gotta get the Philly cheese, man. You gotta do it.
Of course, dude. Every time.
Yeah, man. It's just a must-happen kind of situation. And for Joe, who's not here this evening, we will bid adieu for him. And for Indie 180, we're out of here. We'll see you guys next week. Here's the show from Friday, in case you missed it. Bye.